Hi guys, I'm just going to wait till some people come on, or not. So, I'm just going to make a brew. Oh, why's my phone going off? Who's that? Stay there. I'm just going to see if any people pop on. Because one time, a couple of people were commenting, but it said no one was watching, which was a bit weird. So I'll just see if anyone does. Because I did put on, I was coming on live before, but doesn't mean no people could be out on a Friday night or watching stuff on telly at 9 o'clock. But I'll see. I know a few people might be coming on, but like I said, it doesn't bother me because it goes quicker. When I record it on here, it goes quicker straight through to YouTube than it does when I have to download it the other way. Because my son just said, "Why do you have to do it live?" I went, "Well, it's easier for me. It just goes through straight away." Because when he's on his computer game upstairs and I go to download it, it's been taking absolutely ages on this anyway. Because he's using all his stuff up there. So I'll just see. I'll give it a few minutes. See, someone's like, is that Hayley who's come on? I'm just waiting if it is. Just giving it a few minutes, see if anyone else pops on. If not, I'll just talk to whoever it is. It's probably Hayley or Sue. Like I said, it downloads easier if you've done live stream. If it's Hayley, you'll know there's two people on. I bet it's Sue and Hayley. There's always you two. It just goes quicker through instead of downloading it. It's easier for me. This cup is from the charity shop today. It probably doesn't look it on here, but it is like a blush pink. And it's the size I've been looking for when I'm sat chatting on YouTube and that, because it's not too big. Yep, hiya Hayley and Sue. Knew it was you two. It's always you two. I'm just going to give it a few minutes. What time is it? Give it a couple of minutes before I start waffling on about what I'm going to waffle on about. But yeah, from the charity shop today it was on its own, 70p. And in my head, you know when I say think about something you want, I wasn't supposed to go in again. No, tell a lie, I was going in because I was looking for something that I'll show you in a minute. But in my head the other day I thought, I want a teapot. I know, probably looks a bit, it's probably coming off as like, a bit beige on here, but it is a blush pink and it's just pretty and a nice size, like this size, yeah, like a baby pink. But I'm looking for a teapot because I think my mum definitely threw my vintage pink teapot, because I've decided when I'm sitting doing chats I need a teapot, like she says on Beltane Cottage, I call it now Bellamere Cottage, to let it brew. And I have got this one that I've shown before. So I've just put that there because at least it stays hot for a bit, because I'm rubbish at drinking drinks. You can see it's pink. Or see on here when I'm looking, it doesn't look it. That's like a Japanese style one. But I did have a pink vintage one and I think my mum's thrown it out. But I wasn't, mind you, I was saying the other day, I wasn't using that as a teapot because I lost the lid. I was going to put flowers in it, like a flower pot. But so I was thinking the other day, right, I need a little cup because you know I'm a bit obsessed with different mugs and cups. A little one like this, and I got this as well for 70p. I didn't have a little milk jug, so I've got my soya milk in there. I needed, like, because I'm sat here now, I had it in something else the other day and I was spilling it everywhere, so I thought, I need to find a little cup and a little milk jug. Today, 70p, 70p. So I was quite chuffed, along with I didn't get this today, but I found this in the charity shop last week. You know, it's got a bit of tea on it. You put your tea bag on. So, and then I've got a sweetener in it, Sweetex in it. These remind me of, these are what my mum brings down when she comes, because she normally leaves one because she has Sweetex in her tea. But they remind me of my granddad. He passed about 17 years ago now, but especially in this little thing as well, they just remind me of my granddad. He had them all the time. They remind me of my granddad. Which I've still got some of his pens, his old, like, is it Papermate pens? One broke today actually, I've got about 3 and they're still working from more than 17 years ago. Yeah, diabetic. I think my granddad, I don't think he was diabetic. I think he had to watch his cholesterol and stuff. But yeah. So I'll get into chatting what I'm talking about anyway, because like I said, this records, people can watch it after. But, right, what was I talking about? Before I talk about my hair business, so I've got it in little plaits down the side now. I think I might have to wear it like this for a bit, but, talking about the charity shop, I'll get this out of the way first. So I got the jug, and I got the little mug, and then I got these. You know, I was talking about reading a book a month. If anyone wants to join in, I challenge you to get through a book by the end of this month, because this is what I'm doing. So, I really shouldn't have got these books, but it was £1 for 3, and I thought, because I've got a shelf on my altar up there, which is going to get changed when my sister gives me her 3 books. 3 books down already, yeah, good. I'll show you which one I'm reading in a minute. Ooh. I'm going to turn it into a bookshelf so I can see my books there, so it'll make me want to read them all. But the book I'm reading at the minute, I'm trying to finish off. I need to get through this by the end of this month, is this. The Brightest Star in the Sky. And I've talked about this before. It is the same book was in that charity shop. I keep seeing the same thing in that charity shop. But it is about a spirit that goes through a block of flats or apartments. I can make out at the beginning because I've not read that much of it. I've only read about up to there. Is that Shirling Keon? I'm rubbish at reading. And I think the spirit of what I'm assuming, I has to find out the person that is supposed to be helping out, something like that. But it's a really cute, at the minute, it's a really cute book. So I'm reading this one, but I'm really weird. If I go into a bookstore or a charity shop where the books are, obviously they're all lined up like that so you can see the spines. I don't always tend to look at what it says first. I tend to go off the picture, what I'm drawn to first, and that's how I normally find the book that I'm after. Weird, because obviously my favourite colour's pink, and I saw this star, which was pink, and because it said the brightest, then I read it, the brightest star in the sky, I thought, ooh, pink star, could be a bit witchy. Oh, there's Mandy C talking about witchy. Yeah, I made it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to watch. Oh, I'm glad you have. I was just saying, Mandy, I'm trying to get through a book a month. I need to read more because I don't watch a lot of telly. And I found this in a charity shop months and months ago, and I need to get through it. It is about a spirit in Ireland that's going through some flats, and I'm sure it's there to help somebody in them flats, but it tells you, like, say there's 4 people in it or 4 families. It goes through, you know, the little stories of each person, but that's what I'm assuming happens. It's just really, really cute. It says on the back, 1 address, 4 flats, a house full of hearts, and the extraordinary visitor about to change their lives forever. So when I go into a bookstore or a charity shop, Shirling Keon, Shirling, sorry, someone's telling me about an author. Yeah, it is really cute, and I need to get through it because it is a really cute book to read. But I never go into a charity shop or a bookshop and sort of read the side. I always look at the picture. So when I saw a pink star, I was like, ooh, star. That'd be a bit witchy, I don't know. Oh, and it's pink. Oh, and it's gold. And then I was like, I saw that on the front, and I was like, that sounds really cute. So this is the one I've got to get through. So if you want to do it, a day to try and get through a book by the end of this month. It's the way I'm going to get through my books. The other books that I saw in the charity shop, I was just saying, Mandy, I don't know if you saw, I found this in the charity shop today. It's a pink little cup. I needed a little one. I'm obsessed with mugs. And I found that was 70p, and I found a little milk jug because I can sit here now with my little milk and my teapot and everything. Then it was 3 books for £1. I love charity shops. I just can't stop going in them. But I don't know if you've seen my other videos. I've been in the same charity shop, and my mum had been down chucking stuff out, and there's been 4 times when I've gone for 4 different things and thought, no way, she chucked it out. I've had to buy it back and realised it's the exact same thing in my house, the exact same thing that's in the charity shop, and it keeps happening all the time. So don't know if that's a, what's the word, a synchronicity thing or whatever you call it. But I saw that on the shelf and thought, ooh, what's that? It says magic or something, but spelt different. Magic, Angie Sage. Don't know if anyone's seen this. It's like a wizardy book anyway. But I just picked that up because it was 3 for £1. Then I saw this from the side. It was gold with a feather on it. So I thought, what's that? And I think it says, does that say Lyrebird? I'm rubbish at reading. But when I took it off the shelf, it said an emotional love story with a great heart. And it's about following the death of her father, Laura Button's hidden life in the I can't even read tonight. Remote West Cork is revealed, encouraging her by accident deep in the woods. When I read that, I thought, oh yeah, in the woods, is she a bit witchy? Solomon Fallon, I think, feels an instant connection. So I thought, sounds a bit intriguing. I'll get that one, seeing as I've had to have 3. Then I saw this on the side and I thought, ooh, what's that? And it's called She's Not Invisible. And it just says on the back, I was thoroughly captivated by this smart and intriguing contemporary thriller with heart. So I thought, which one was this? And anything to do with coincidences, it says, is it coincidence or something more sinister that draws them together? Many strange things collide in, I'm sure it says Laura Peake's life, one hot August weekend. Perhaps strangest of all is the way her dad had been acting lately, and now he's disappeared. It looks as if his obsession with coincidence might have fatal consequences. So I thought, ooh. So they're the books. Saying that I want to get through these books as well. The books that I'd got a little bit ago, which Mandy C might have, I don't know, are... Do you remember this one? I don't know if you've heard of this, Mandy, but I've still got to finish the experiments off, but it's like law of attraction. And you can write them in the book. I've wrote some in and they worked and it happened. Is Pam Grout, E2. I've gone on about this before. The 9 do-it-yourself. No, I haven't. Have you not read that? This is, you know, law of attraction, putting things out in the universe. That's why I like witchy stuff, you know, because it's sort of interconnecting same thing in the universe. You get this book and it goes through step to step little experiments, especially if you don't believe in that, it will show you that it does exist. And the first experiment I did, you had to believe that a gift was coming. Yeah, very big on law of attraction. You had to believe that a gift was coming to you in, I don't know if it was like 42 hours or something, and you write the date down and everything and when that time's up. And you've not got to think, you know, like, oh, it's not going to happen, even though at the back of your mind you might be like, but you don't. And the day when there was a couple of hours left, I just thought, it's coming, you know, this gift. My friend had gone to Liverpool and she said, I'm just going to pop round for a brew. So I said, okay. Knowing in the back of my mind there wasn't much time left. Could have been down to an hour. I don't know. She came in and said, oh, by the way, I got you this gift. And I went, what? And she was like, oh, it was only a hand cream, a really posh hand cream. Because, you know, I love my nails and everything. And I was just like, what did you just say? And she went, I've just got you this gift. And I was like, oh my God. So when I told her, she was like, what? I said, she's a bit sceptical though. I went, this book is really good. Pam Grout, E2. But I mean, it's a ready book, but obviously you can do the experiments in. And I don't know if Mandy, if you've ever heard of Dr. Emoto's experiment with the water and the crystals, and I did it way back, a few months back, with rice, where you put positive thoughts on it. If you put rice, the same amount of rice, into a container that you don't take the lid off, you put a lot of loving thoughts on the rice and a lot of hate on the other one, you'll see the hate will go mouldy. The love might get a bit of mould on it, but it won't go as quick as the hate one. And we did that as well on here. Cunningham, it's Scott Cunningham, isn't it? Scott Cunningham's Magical Sampler. I haven't actually looked at this properly. I got it a bit ago. But if you're into witchy stuff, because some people on it aren't, yeah, the intention on water. And we're made up so much of water, so that's why you should think positive. Which is a thing I'll go into a minute with my hair. This is a collection of powerful magic and natural wisdom from the one and only Scott Cunningham. I'm into law of attraction. Catherine King, who's come on, hi. This is just, I've not even looked into that properly yet. And then there was, when I went on holiday once on the plane, so I've had this ages, I was like, ooh, the Salem Witch Society. Hi everyone, it's Catherine King saying hi to everybody. Hi Catherine. But obviously, you know, the witchy book, and I did start reading it, but that's what I'm like. I'll read a book, put another one down, get into that, forget what that one was and get mixed up. So that's why I'm choosing to read this in September. I've got to get through that before I do anything else. Sue saying hi Catherine, and Hayley saying hi Catherine. So what was I going to talk about? This is where I get really confused with myself because I never write anything down. So, and I went to the charity shop I was talking about before I get to my hair, and what I was actually going to talk about tonight was, you know, making me little traveller's notebooks with the foxes on, but I'm waiting for the wood bits to come, so I can't finish them off yet. I've also nearly finished I don't know if Mandy's seen these. I've also nearly finished, these will be going up soon, 3 of my junk journals. This one's finished, but I went to the charity shop, you know, where you just write on every available page. Handmade, sewn in, Nana's vintage buttons on. But there's this one, I will show again. Yeah, the little journals I make. I use one of mine as other people on here know, a gratitude journal in the morning. I just think if they're pretty, you're going to write in them, they'll attract you more. This one's a bit more, this one's nearly finished. This has got a bit of Snow White in it. A bit of a theme in it of Snow White. Don't know if I can find bits of it. Like, you pull a tag out. It's got the Queen on. There's little bits in that one, but it's not finished off. And it's got the mirror on the front and an apple. This one, I've not done yet, but it's, yeah, that's all right. It's going to have, I went in the charity shop and picked these up, you know, vintage sewing patterns. And it's going to have bits of the sewing patterns in there, and on the front, because I always put, I need to show my bullet journals. Yeah, you do. I'll have to watch. I always put, what they call charms on the front, and this one will have a little sewing machine charm on. So if you're into sewing machines and stuff like that, that'll be a nice one. Have I actually shown you my gratitude journal? Just for the ones who haven't seen it, just let me, it's over there behind me somewhere. Ooh. For the people who haven't seen it, that's my gratitude journal. I do make big journals as well. But you know, I never normally finish mine off properly. With my Nana's vintage button on the front. So let me see if I can get it undone. It's got locked up somewhere. Well, anyway, we all know I journal in that in the morning. And Mandy, I've started with this diary, started using it again, but to pretty up, because I'm not really into the pictures, because they're a bit black and white and not that interesting to me, because I like a bit of colour. I've started doing, you know, painting on them, because I had a thing about crows, because they seem to be crowing at me all the time. I have this big raven that's always cawing, so I like to, it's really weird, I like to paint him, and I'm saying it's a him now, with roses on. And the other day when I was thinking about it, a name came into my head and it was Jasper. And when I visualise a crow now, or a raven, I visualise it with roses round its neck, I don't know why, and a top hat. So I've started painting this one, well, drawing it, and then I'll paint it in. So I thought it's nice to pretty up your pages, because you can in these and you can still write in them. Then my sister moves house next week, so you know that I said hopefully middle of October I'll be doing my candles that are handmade, and this is a house blessing candle, I've called it. It's got amethyst and rose quartz in it, and it's got rose petals and things on it, and it smells really nice. But I made her one for a house, but I will be making these to sell as well. Quite chunky. Also, before I get talking about what happened with my hair, oh, it's all right, Catherine. Catherine just said she can't stay for too long because her laptop's going to be fixed. She can't stay on for too long. This was a rag rug that I was making ages ago. And I said, if anyone's interested, because I did say this the other day, at the end of September, I thought it'd be nice to do like crafting or winter crafts if I go live, and like we are now. But even if you're all sat there doing this a different thing, we could all craft and have a chat together with whatever it was crafting. And I did say to Hayley, but I think she bobbed off before. She said, oh, we could go on Skype or something. But then I thought, oh no, I can't do that, because if other people want to join in and they're not on Skype and stuff, but they want to watch me on here, I think I'd still have to do it on here. So I don't know if anyone's interested in that. It's just to spur me on to finish this bloody rag rug off. And you don't have to spend loads of money on this. You can go to the charity shop and get yourself bedding, you know, and cut it up into strips, and you can make you just got to get this. These are dead cheap, but I'm going to talk about that another time if anyone fancies it. It's nice just to craft in winter, I think. And then what was I going to talk about? Well, I was thinking, Mandy, if before the end of September, I think I'm going to start in October, crafting with me or something, I don't know, winter crafts. I can tell you what to get, and if you get it, you can just, it's honest to God, it's dead easy. I can tell you what sort of stuff to look for. So if you love charity shopping, if anyone fancies it, I can tell you now actually, but I will talk about it again. This rag rugging mesh stuff, I think I got on eBay. So if you type something in like, I will find out though, rag rug making mesh, I don't even know what it's called, but we'll find out. Put that in, get the size that you want. This was pretty big, but the good thing is with this, you could get a big piece and you could cut it in half. You can cut it up, so you could start small, but that's never me. I never start small. And then all you have to do, I got these jersey material off eBay. You don't have to do that. You can use old t-shirts, clothing, charity shop. Like I said, go and get bed sheets. The jersey's a bit easier because it's stretchier. But the only thing you have to do pre-hand or before is, you could have a day of an evening of doing this while you're watching a film or something, is cut your strips up, because then it'll be a bit faster. So I did mine about, I don't know, what would you say that was, about an inch by 5 inches. Depends how long you want your raggy rug. I think mine was about 5 inches long and an inch across, but mine's quite dense. It's going through every hole. You don't have to put it through every hole. That was my mistake, but I wanted mine quite dense. But it's a thing that doesn't have to be rushed. It's a thing that you can pull out when you're watching a film, especially going into winter. And this is why I'm saying winter crafts, because the weather's not good. You might be staying in a bit more, and it's nice. Might be something not really on telly. You might be watching Netflix or anything. You can sit and do this. So I will talk about it again if you fancy it. But funnily enough, today I'm just going to tell you the funny story just before about my hair. Don't know if anyone heard me this morning. I went to bed with my hair in my twist last night. I woke up around 5-ish, 5:30. I was sort of stirring but half asleep, and I had a dream that I was on the British Bake Off. I don't even watch the British Bake Off. I did see it the other day because I like Noel Fielding, he makes me laugh, but I don't watch it. Could call it Ladies' Night. Yeah, we could call it Ladies' Night. Any men can join in as well. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm going to do it, so I'll let you know near the time. But I had this dream that I was on the British Bake Off, and the guy who was presenting it was... Oh, it's all right if you're editing and watching at the same time. Don't worry. I'll just chat. What's his name? The chef who's always swearing. Gordon Ramsay, right? He was, in my dream, he was presenting it. And we were making bread. And I use... Oh, what have I done with it? Hi, she's back again. Hayley's back again. I use... Right. I've lost it now. I think I'm going senile, honest to God. I keep putting things down and leave it there. I don't know where it is. I use, when I go to bed at night, because my son can be up sometimes till God knows what time, I can hear him tapping on his computer, and it really annoys me, because when I go to sleep, I like it, oh, it's here, I like it dark and deadly silent. I don't like any noise at all. So, my mum gets these silicone earplugs, and I sleep a lot better. I can hear, if Finn wakes up, I can hear him through it. I don't like squidge them right in my ears, but they're normally a bit bigger than this, and they come in a little plastic tub thing, and you get quite a few, and they just snap off like that. So they're a bit like putty, they're silicone-y sort of stuff, and you put them in your ears, so you just roll it up like that and put it in your ears, right? So I'm having this dream that I'm baking bread, and I'm rolling bread out. And I sort of, you're gonna laugh at this, eating bread. We had to taste the bread, and all I remember doing was, I was sort of waking up, was going like this. And I put something in my mouth, and I thought, and then I swallowed it, and then I thought, I actually woke up and thought, oh my God, I've just ate something. I ate an earplug. I ate my earplug. I thought I was eating bread. I don't know why I had it in my hand. I must have took it out. I think I took it out, and I was like, Hayley pissed herself laughing. I think I was doing this, and I thought I was kneading bread, and then I ate it, and then actually woke up and I'd actually ate my earplug. So I think the hair was affecting me. But, so that's what I did this morning. My hair, I did try and put the front piece in, but I ate my earplug. I just can't believe it. I won't die, will I? Silicone. My sister went, oh, that's really bad silicone. I said, yeah, but it's not floating around my body like I've had it in my face. I've just eaten it. I've just ate it by accident. I thought I was rolling bread up. I've had a sweaty earplug. But the thing is with me, Mandy, you might agree with me on it. Any other people. My hair, like I said, when I first came on YouTube, my hair was really short, but before that, it was down here. And my mum has always said to me, Janine, every time your hair is looking good, you always fuck it up, right? And I was thinking today, because I took my hair out, because what happened was I went to bed with it last night. Yeah, you'll get me in a minute, Mandy. I might get upset about this, I don't know. But since being little, well, let me tell you the story of my hair last night. So I went to bed, it was all right to sleep on. I went to do the front, but I realised I'd put elastic bands in the back to keep it. And if you've ever tried to put synthetic dreads on in your hair or anything like that, with the bands, they got caught up a little bit, and I thought, and it took me hours to get in, and I thought, oh my God, if I leave this in for a month, it might get matted in my hair, and I just won't be able to get it out. And I thought, I can't cut it out because my hair's only here, and I'm trying to grow it, so I thought, I can't do it. Why have I done this? Why have I tried to put it in my hair? And then I thought, why? Mandy says, when I used to suffer with depression, I used to take it out on my hair. This is what I'm talking about, Mandy. I'm not depressed, but I've come to realise that when my mum says, and this was the whole thing I was thinking about today when I took it out, I thought, you've done it again, Janine. You've tried to do your hair. It's because, you all know, I think I've got dark hair and I've dyed it red, and that was to zump me up the other month, because every time I feel a bit low, not depressed, just a bit like a slump, like, oh, because I'm trying to lose weight, and sometimes you feel a bit shitty when you've put weight on, and I'm doing all right with that. I tend to linger a bit, and I was exercising, then I fell off it again, and then I'm still eating well, and I said I'm trying to, yeah, it's like you want to, it is, I knew you'd know, rechange your look, and I'm going back vegan slowly, because I did feel better on that, and it does, with having soy milk and not cow's milk and all that, it does make bloating go down a lot for me, and it helps me go to the toilet more, so I thought, I knew I was on a good thing, it's just because I got achy arms, and I thought I wasn't doing well on it, but I think it was just the changeover, and I needed more iron and stuff, and I want to get back into yoga because I did like that, but I know that'll go, but we all have slumps and that with exercising. But when I feel a bit low, I shaved my hair off 2 years ago, to raise money. I'm glad, and as I dyed the shit out of it. I know, but that's what I do. You dye your hair and then you bloody frigging want to cut your hair off. And I bleached mine out a little bit, only slightly, because to put the red in, even though it's faded now. But that's the whole reason why I had my hair chopped off. I bleached the shit out of it, then I had to have it cut off. But I was thinking this morning, because I took my hair out, yeah, did you shave yours as well? Always messing with our hair, aren't we? But it is a thing of, if I get bored or I'm feeling a little bit low, not depressed, because I try not to, because I damaged it and now it's damaged again. I know what we like, and we don't learn, do we? Because I was thinking today, I need to bleach it again because I'd really want to go grey silver, which, I don't know. You know what I'm like. I might as well just use different wigs. That's what everyone said, why don't you just wear a wig? But things just going to have to be good with it. I think I'm just going to leave it in these little braids, plaits now. But yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. So when I get down a little bit, I am an emotional, I'm a Pisces, I get very emotional, I've got a lot of empathy for things, I get very upset about stuff. I might start crying in a minute, I don't know. I'm alright, it's just when I'm talking about it, because I've always done this from a small child, and mum's always said, Janine, why are you messing with your hair? Why are you messing with your hair? You're messing with your hair. Every time I go to the hairdressers, I don't now, but for a different colour, as soon as I sit in that chair, I think, oh my God, I really like my hair. Where before, if I didn't, I thought I'll go and have a change at the hairdressers, and just about before she's to do anything with it, I'm like, actually, I do like my hair. And I do that every time before I'm about to colour it myself or do something. I think, actually, I like my hair. Before I put the twist in the other day, I thought, oh, it's not too bad, actually. And then I go and do something mad. And I was thinking this morning, why do I always do it? But I think it's when I can't change something so quickly about myself, like my weight, like that, I think, whoa, the quickest thing I can change is my hair. And then it might make me feel a bit better, but it doesn't always. And I think that's what it is. I've always messed with my hair since, for ages when I was at school, and I just decided to cut it off short and then messed my hair up and then had to grow it out again. And I've been like this for years. So if I'm feeling a little bit low, I'll do something mad with my hair. And I did say the other day, and I even said to Mandy on one of your vlogs the other day, do you feel a bit emotional before a full moon? And it was a full moon the other night. And I was feeling a bit weird again. And then a bit low. It's like, I've noticed before a full moon, my energy goes a bit down and I feel a bit crap. And then I come up after it, like I'm all right again. And I don't know if that's why I went and did my hair, because I think everyone must think I'm mad. I'm like putting them in for hours and hours. And then I was watching Kellyanne Maddox before. And I was watching some of Mandy's as well videos. Because if you don't know anyone in here, the witchy woos, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow, and I'll tell you, Mandy, what I'm going to say. But I've stopped ever since I didn't see that bit at the end. I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, Kellyanne Maddox, and it was about, because she does the Love Yourself September thing. And something I caught before, and she was saying about aging, and I don't know if it's because I know I'm only 40 and I'm not right over the hill, and people say that's still young. I know, but not that, I can't say I'm that scared about aging. You notice little things like fine lines and all that, and things that, do you know what I mean? And I'm getting grey hairs, but I'd welcome the grey hairs. I just wish there was more where it could all go grey, because I do love silver hair. But you look young though. Well, yeah, maybe on camera. Well, that's the other thing though. I'm not worried about aging, as in we all age. You can't get away from it. I think I look okay for my age. I've seen people my age look a lot older. Through stress and stuff. That's why I have to try and stay positive in this, that, and the other. And I want to do things like try and go vegan again. You don't look 40. Thank you. Vegan again, because I think that has a lot to do with things in the food is better for your skin and stuff like that, and helping you, whereas a lot of things with fast food and things with additives and stuff we don't know that's in it does age you. It does age you, and I'd love to start trying to cut a bit of sugar out. Not totally, because sugar ages you. If you didn't know, sugar ages you. Sweet stuff ages you. But not just because of that, because I want to be healthy as I get older. If you get older, as in old age, if you're not going to look after yourself, you want to see your kids and stuff like that, I'd like to be as healthy as I can be anyway, but it's not that I'm not with forthcoming, or whatever the word is, with age, because I've got the ginger gene, so I've got really nice skin. So you're alright if you've got the ginger gene. Because I think if you look good for your age, you try and look good for your age. It's not about looking younger. I think it's just about looking well for your age. And stress can affect you, obviously. But I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I worry about things sometimes like, oh, can I still wear this at this age? Could I still do that? Could I still do that with my hair? Would I look daft at that? But then Kellyanne Maddox was saying, look for idols that are older. These funky women. There's a woman on Instagram, I can't remember what her name is. She's about 80 odd, 90, I don't know. She wears outrageous pink fluffy tops. She wears things you wouldn't even think of wearing at that age, but she does it because obviously, it's like I say, you stay young in your head. It's your body and your vessel that ages, but I still think you still are you in your head of when you were, I don't know, 18. You're still that young person inside. It's just our bodies that age. Why should we have to conform with, I've got to go all fuddy-duddy and this, that and the other? And I'll tell you about it tomorrow when I was watching Kellyanne Maddox. And Kellyanne Maddox made me laugh because she was like, yeah, I want to be like, thinking I'll go into old age, more wise and all this, and I'll be like a ninja. Yep, I'm 16 on the inside. That's what I mean. She's like, I'll be a ninja when I'm older because I'll see things coming. So age is a good thing because you'll be like, yeah, I saw that coming because I've been through it, been there, done it, worn the t-shirt and everything. I'm 21, I wish. I'm in my 50s, but still feel... I think, obviously I'm not old, as in whatever is old, because inside your soul or whatever it is, you do not age. I just think you're as young as what you feel. It's your vessel that ages, and that's what I mean about trying to look after yourself. When they say if you don't use it, you lose it. Like exercise, and I say to my mum, you don't have to be into like weights or running if you're not into that. I can't run because I had a dodgy knee. I used to run, but I'm thinking with yoga, because yoga's sort of gentle, even though it can be hard at times, and you will feel it the next day. You are moving your body and you're lengthening your muscles, and you are using your muscles in it. So it's more gentle, but it can keep you more toned, and it can keep you, supple and stuff. And that's what you need as you get older, because if you don't start using your muscle stuff, you're going to lose them. That's why when people get a lot older, they're sitting in chairs and they can't walk. You don't want that. You want to still be moving about. So if anything, yoga's good. So I want some my yoga mats down there. I'm going to get back into it. I used to watch a girl called Boho Beautiful, where they went, her and her husband they've been to Thailand and everywhere, and it's just beautiful to watch. And she does a beginner's one, and it's only 20 minutes and it's dead relaxing. So I want to get back into that also for the spiritual side of it, because I'm thinking, I know I'm always like iffy, I'm on this one, I'm on that one, but I'm trying to find one that fits in with me. And I think Finn going to nursery now, when I timed it the other day, what time we had to go, I can fit 20 minutes in the morning while he's watching telly. I won't have my breakfast, I'll probably have my breakfast when I come back. I can fit 20 minutes in, 15, 20 minutes. And it does calm you down, and you're sort of in the zone when you're doing it, and it's relaxing. So it is nice, but I believe we're all young until we go. It's just the vessel that you're in that ages, our skin wrinkles, our body, we slow down in certain things. But I do believe in, if you do try and eat healthier, and try and move, even if that's walking or whatever. And you don't have to do yoga, but something that's going to keep your muscles, working a bit, because that's when I think people retire. You might have been walking to work and this, that, and the other. You might have been doing more things. You retire and people are like, oh, I just want to chill out and sit down, and then you stop using your muscles and your muscles begin to deteriorate. And that's why as you get older, you don't. I love to meditate, but my mind too busy. Well, you know what's a funny thing? I think meditating as well. See, people see things as meditating as in, oh, I've got to sit down and I've got to or I've got to listen to an audio tape, or I've got to sit there. And to me, yeah, it is that. But to me, I like wearing makeup. You'll never see me go out of the house without makeup on. And it's not because I've got a big ego and I think I'm just always been like that. I just love makeup, and it's not for anyone else. It's just for me. But I've always said, as we're all adults here, sex is my what is your... I didn't read that, Hayley. What did you just say about sex? Hayley's talking about sex. What about sex? I wouldn't know, Hayley, because I'm not with anybody. I wouldn't even know what it was anymore. I wouldn't even know what to do, I don't think. I didn't like riding a bike because I don't know what that is anymore. As we're all adults here, sex is my yoga. Yeah, well, there's that as well, but I wouldn't know about that at the minute. But putting my makeup on in the morning, Finn sits on the bed. I laugh at, I need a man first. So you're not with anyone, I need a man as well. That's what I mean. Never mind. Shut up talking about sex, Hayley. Jesus Christ. Don't mean because I'm a prude. I'm just not with anyone, so I wouldn't know. But Finn sits on the bed watching Mickey Mouse. Why, that's how we do it, the routine. He sits there, I do makeup, so I can get him to sit still while I'm doing my makeup upstairs. But that's like a meditation for me, because I sit quietly and I'm just sort of thinking about nice things, and I'm putting my makeup on, and I like makeup because I do it for me, and I've always liked makeup, and I'm a bit arty, so to me it's a bit of an art thing. But putting it on slowly and sitting there, I can sit there with my coffee as well. It's just, that's quite relaxing for me to put my makeup on. So don't always think as meditation as a... Do you know what? I'll just read that comment out in a minute. I find that quite meditating as well. Even washing the pots in the morning, you might not like that, but if you're washing the pots, they say think of the water, think of pleasant things and things. I don't know if you get what I mean, but there's different ways of meditating. My little routine ritual, you think a ritual, well, ritual could be putting your makeup on. I meditate as I paint or draw. Yeah, Mandy C said she meditates when she paints or draws, and that's another thing, because I've started art journaling now, and you go in that sort of like getting your things out there. So it doesn't have to be in the way that you think it, as in, oh, I've got to sit there and be all like this. You could be drawing. That's why I've said to you in other videos, paint and draw and get those feelings out of whatever. No one else has to see it. Hayley just said then, write in your witchy book about a man. And I know, because I was thinking the other day, I need to write the Viking guy that I want. And I think the reason why I haven't found a man doing that, because I'm not writing down the specific things that I want. Because I always think, well, I can't write everything that I want. That's the perfect guy that I would want in a guy. But I'm actually thinking, yes, I do. I need to write everything down. My sister did it. When I said about a vision board, she did it in a vision book. She did it, and she knew he'd be Irish, blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the other. She wrote certain things about him. She met an Irish guy. She's had a baby to him. They will be getting married, blah, 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 blah. Mixed media, and I've got, mixed media is great. Get your hands in it and all. That's what I mean. So you could be meditating in different ways. But yes, I do need to do one for my journal. But also, Hayley, I'm there. This is the glass. It was a cake stand, but it broke. So this is what I use to put my crystal grid on now. And I've come to clean it because I put my crystals out the other day in the moon. So how I use mine, I just use it the way I feel I would use it. I always write something, put it in the middle. I haven't got the crystals up there. And then I put my clear quartz on top because it's a generator, the point. And then I just put little crystals off to what I think. I haven't got a lot. I've got to collect a few crystals in the 4 points. And then I put the... I'll have to show you my wandy bit that I just tap round when I'm intentioning it. So if I write it out, I put my conductor on the top and let that send out, but I'm bringing it downstairs now, so when I set it up I'll have to show you. I've got it off to clean because my other crystals have been like recharged in the full moon. So I think I'll be writing, not that I'll be showing what I wrote in my letter, but I think I'll be writing the man of my dreams down. You know, I said about the Viking thing. I was talking to someone and he said he was like a Viking, but he was smaller. And I thought, no, I want someone tall. He said he was 5'7". I don't want someone at 5'7". I did that years ago and wrote the man I wanted. I'm still waiting for him. Yes, but do you know the story of Law of Attraction Changed My Life by Jessica? I can't remember she had a story. A Viking, yeah, I know, Ragnar, whatever his name is. But she basically went on a dating site. They matched her up, one of the ones you pay for. And there was one guy, and she said it was her husband. I've said this before. And she couldn't get in contact with him. And 2 years later, to cut the story short, a friend, she always said, "Oh, that's my husband, that's my husband." She even took a picture off the website and put it up and went, "That is my husband." She always spoke about him, "That is my husband, that is my husband." She went on a few dates. No, she went, "That is my husband." I love him, that programme. I know he's fit, isn't he? So anyway, a couple of years later, a friend was walking around where she lived and she saw this guy and she thought, "Oh, I wonder if he's single because my friend would really like him." So she set him up on a date. It was only the guy that she texted. The reason, seen on the site, her husband, the only reason he'd not got in contact was he'd gone to Australia. So he never saw the message, he didn't go on the dating site. So when she went on a date with him, she was gobsmacked. She couldn't believe it was this guy that she kept putting out there was her husband. She said, "I can't tell him, he'll think I'm a nutcase." But in the first 20 minutes, she told him. And he was like, "Oh, right, blah, blah, blah." You know, he didn't think she was a nutter. Well, they're married now. They've got a kid. I don't know if she's got a second one. I've not been on a channel for a bit. Law of Attraction changed my life. He did become a husband. So sometimes he might still be out there. He might be wingling his way to try and find you. I'd love to be with someone. Everybody knows this. I know there's somebody out there, and I know that things happen for a reason, I believe. And I know that some of the dates I've been on, they've not happened because it isn't the right person. And sometimes I've gone on dates. There was one recently, and I thought, no, Janine, don't think settle for, yeah, he's all right. It's not what you want. He wasn't tall. He said he was 6 foot. He wasn't. Someone else I've been talking to, he looked a bit like a Viking. He had a bit of a beard and a bald head and all this, but he said he was 5'7". I don't want someone at 5'7". I want someone who's, I'm 5'4.5", but I want a big tall Viking. So I want what I want. And I thought, no, because I'm always one of them who's like, "Oh, he'll do, he's all right." I thought, no, Janine, put down the specifics of what you want and go for the Pacific. I know I don't all meaning looks all the time, because obviously it's to do with what's inside as well, you know. And I've known someone when I was younger. There was 2 twins at our school, and they were going out with it, you know, like you do. You hang around with lads in cars driving about who were a bit older, thinking they were cool. One was all right looking, and the other one was like, you know, you'd be like, "Ooh, why is she with him?" Because they were quite pretty. Like, why is she with him? Like, he's not that good looking. You know, when you go off looks when you're younger, teenagers. Oh, he's fit and all that. But when I met this guy, I don't know if I've done this, his looks changed because he was such a nice person. He became more attractive. Whereas the other person, the other lad, who wasn't that nice, he became more uglier and he was the better looking one. Do you know what I mean? So I know that, but I'd like to find me Viking guy. I believe you're going to find someone next year in June or July. I'm good at having. Oh, are you good at? I know. I feel. I've been trying to. I went back on the dating sites, didn't I? And I come off again because I just think, why am I putting myself through it? I know that in my mind it's going to be when I'm settled, you know, in my job, when I start my nails, and I know where I am, and you know, Finn's settled at nursery now, and I'm in my job, because I know I am a positive person. I do worry about a bit like, oh my God, what if it doesn't happen? I know it's going to happen with my job and stuff. It's just the first time I've been out of work and I've got to go back, but it will be through a friend of a friend. They're always through a friend of a friend. Well, you never know. But yeah, I don't think it'll be this year. But we laugh because every Christmas, 2 years running, I've met someone just before Christmas who's been a chef, and they've come and cooked Christmas dinner for me. So everyone's like, "Have you got your man yet, your chef, who's cooking your Christmas dinner?" I went, "No." But then I dump them after Christmas because they're not right. But I'd love to be with someone. I'm better when I'm with someone. I'm just, see, I'll get upset now. I'm not getting upset because I'm sad. It's the first time I've been on my own for a long time. So, and I'm all right. I just get upset when I'm talking about, because I do miss being with someone, but that's why I come on here a lot. I do miss being with someone, but I know I don't want to just jump into something for feeling lonely. Oh yeah, it's just because you know, if you've seen from the beginning that Finn's dad was not a nice person to me. You know, a bit of a narcissist, putting me down all the time, making me feel like crap all the time. They're making it out it was me, and I knew it wasn't, but you get people like that, don't you? But it only makes you stronger. No, I'm all right, Sue. I'm not upset. That's why I keep myself busy, because if I think about it, I'd rather be with somebody. Mandy, the weird thing is though, as I was talking about my hair, and when I get down, I do something with my hair to make me feel better. I pulled a card out today, and I did put it on Instagram. Oh, where is it? I did put it on Instagram. Oh, here it is. On my Soul Creations, because I have 2 Instagrams because I'm a nutter. I've got one of my other ones, and then I made Soul Creations because I don't know what I'm doing. And I pulled this card out today, and this is what it said. No joke. Pulled it out this morning for anyone who saw it. It says, "You are worth it," and that was off the Nature's Whispers Oracle. And that came out, and I thought, whoa. And I know I am, and I know I'm a good person. I can rant sometimes and shout at my kids and do all that you do, but I know my heart's in the right place, and I know that it's just when I was with that person, they made me feel crap, like everything was my fault all the time, and I was a crap person, and I saw him today actually when I was picking him up from his nana's, and he just totally blanked me. We were like not that far from each other, and he went to give some nappies to his mum, and he was just like totally blanked me. The other week we had a bit of a ding dong, and he's always like, "You fat cow," this, that, and the other. He can't be nice about anything, but I just think karma will come to you. Karma will come to you, because you can't be that much of a nasty person, and I don't mean to me, and I don't care if he ever sees this, because he is a nasty person. In a way, I feel sorry for him, because he's obviously got problems. He can't be nice to anybody he's with. It's just all about him. And if you don't know what a narcissist is, they're just all me, 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 me. They twist things around to make it feel like it's you. And you know, at one point I did think, before, that's why I finished it, I did think, why, oh my God, I'm really shit, I'm really worthless, I'm like really crap, this, that and the other. He made me feel like that way. But then when I got rid of him, I'd had enough, and I woke up and I was like, it's not me, it's him. When I, looked at all the things he did, because he made you feel it's your fault and twist everything. I just thought, oh my God, what sort of a person is he? Most people are like, you're really nice, when they meet, like, oh, friendly, this, that and the other. I'm like, it's just weird. So I know I'll meet someone because I feel it, and I know I've had to go through certain relationships, because I believe that I've had to go through certain relationships to, when I get to this relationship, that, because I've never been married. I'm 40, I've never been married. I've been in long-term relationships, but I've never been married. But I just believe that I'm doing it the wrong way around, but who's saying the right way around's the right way around? I just believe that if I'd have been married to my eldest's dad, we were together 7 years, we would have got divorced anyway, because I believe we were too young at the time. And I'm sorry, but I do think a lot of people get married sometimes because they just think that's a thing you have to do. And then they get married young. Not everybody, because I know a lot of people who are still together, but some people I know who are not together, because then I think you do change as you get older. Like, things I believe in now, I did believe in when I was younger, but I just have different opinions on different things now. And I've changed more as a person, as in, well, to be a bit stronger and stuff like that now. And I just think I know what I want now. So blokes don't define us, we define them. Exactly. And, to me, when you're in a relationship, you build each other up. You don't drag somebody down like he did. You don't pull a partner down. Yeah, you have your arguments and everything, but you respect them, and you build them up, and you want to support them. I've never been with anyone like that who doesn't support you, wants to drag you down, wants to make you feel like crap, doesn't want to take you out, acts like they're not with you when you're out with them, and I'm not even going into it, won't even put my energy on that, but do you know what I mean? And I just want someone who likes me for me and all that, so I want to find a Viking. So if you know any Vikings, just point me in that direction. But like I said, the funny thing is, through having Finn, because that's the only thing that I have to see his father for if I do see him at any point, and I won't change it, through having Finn, I've had to be on my own, because obviously I got rid of his dad at 5 weeks pregnant. 5 weeks pregnant. It was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Yeah, he is a nasty piece of shit. And the hardest thing I ever did in my life. So I was on my own, and obviously I wasn't dating and stuff because I just had a baby, and I thought, he's going to want to date me with a baby. They'll be thinking, Jesus, what happened there? And he's still only 2 now, but it's the longest time I've had to be on my own. But I have enjoyed it as well, and that's why I'm thinking, God, if anyone got with anyone now and they moved, I don't mean now, and they moved in, I'd be like, ooh, I'm so used to like what I do, and I'd still come on here and stuff, but I'm quite used to it, and I have enjoyed it. But now and again, when holidays come up, like summer, Christmas, stuff like that, it's when I get a bit down, because I'll go, my mum will come round, my sister will come round with her fella, and I'm always the one sat there on their own. But then again, I know you can have partners, and your partners can pee you off, and you have arguments, and some people joke going, oh, he does my head in. So I know there's different sides and all that, but I know it'll come. It'll come. Like I said, like Hayley said, if it is next year, and every year I'm like, I'm hoping with someone this summer so I can go on nice picnics and travel around with someone, and hopefully they might be into a few things I'm into. Yeah, my bloke's a kid. Aren't most men kids? It's like having another kid in the house, isn't it? So, and he was as well, so thank God for that. His other partner can sort him out. But yeah, I think that's the thing, is what I was trying to talk about. I split with my husband when I was pregnant with the youngest son. I understand. I know it's awful. It's like, sometimes I think I'm not that strong, but I think when I look back, I think, no, you are, Janine, because I've got my eldest upstairs, who's nearly 18, and then Finn, who's 2, both ends of the spectrum. Yeah, chucked him out. He was cheating on me as well. You know what I mean? When I was pregnant, disgusting, and I chucked him out 5 weeks pregnant. So it was the hardest thing I ever did, but in a way, I'm glad, and Finn's made me be on my own, and so that has been good as well. But he will be brought up to respect women. He's quite loving and stuff, which that's how I want him as well. But yeah, that was the whole thing about my hair, saying, like, I knew Mandy would understand. I have this vision of myself sometimes. It sounds really weird. Like, I'll see how I think I want to look, but in a spiritual sense. And like with that hair and that, I thought, oh, it could be more. Don't know if you know what I mean. But I always try and think, if I'm feeling a bit down, my hair makes me feel better. Yeah, you do too. And I always think, I'll feel better when I've done this to my hair, or blah, 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 blah. And I never learn, because I always end up bloody messing it up, or not messing it up, or just thinking, actually, I should have left it that colour, or why did I mess with it, because it looked all right. So I'm always, and then my mum's always like, what have you done again? She always says you're always messing with your hair. You wouldn't have had to cut it all off if you weren't messing with your hair. But I'll say one thing, I'm not boring with my hair. Some people have, I'm sorry if anyone on here has, the same hairstyle for years and they've never done anything. So at least I can say, yes, I've actually gone and done the stuff I've wanted to do with my hair, even if it's looked rubbish, or I've ruined it and I've had to grow it out. But at least I can actually say, like my sister, she's never really done anything different with her hair, not that much by colour. I would love to go pink, but I know I'd have to bleach it out. And I was thinking today, I know it doesn't look red on hair. Oh, is it easy to bleach it out now it's red, and then I could put silver in it, because I'd just love to have silver hair. I've done the pixie cut. I hated the pixie cut when I had, honest to God, I had it that short. And then when I had you've seen it at the beginning if you see me do videos, when I had the longer fringe, I didn't mind it as much. But I just felt a bit manly. Not that I think all women with short hair look manly, but I just felt manly. No, it's way, way, way harder to bleach it out. Is it? Yeah, I probably just keep it. I know it doesn't look on it. I'll probably just keep it the coppery colour. I'm going to have to bleach it out again, but I don't mean full on bleach as in, getting it yellow, you know, when you just bleach it and it lifts it, and then I put the copper on it, it just makes it a bit brighter because it always fades. I always grow my fringe out and then end up to... Right, this is my fringe, right? I grow it out, it gets to about here, and then I cut it back in again. And I don't actually think I suit a fringe. It's not that I don't suit a fringe, it just starts getting dead greasy and parting, and then I think, why did I have a fringe? And then because my hair's naturally curly, I do the same thing. Yeah, I've noticed you have a fringe and then don't have a fringe. And then, because my hair's kinky curly, if a bit of moisture gets on it, it starts going like this. Will think, what's the point in having a fringe? Sometimes I like the fringe because you probably can't see in it. I've got frown lines, you know, and it hides your frown lines, and it's a bit like a facelift, obviously, as you get older. And then as you get older, you could just grow it over your face, and then you won't see your wrinkles at all. You could be like cousin it. Do the same thing with fringe. My hair's up in a high ponytail. I think I'm just gonna start. I don't know if you can see, French plaited it. So I think it's just my hair at this length. I think everyone does this because it's in a bob here. I'd rather have it here, then I could grow it out, but I'd be quite happy if it was here. It's in that in-between stage where I can put it up, but the ponytail looks crap because it's about that big, so it's just like a nub. I know you can get them, I could get one of them fancy bun things that you stick on the back. I can't really be bothered putting clipping extensions in because I think they'd just do me head in, and I don't know why I tried putting them. Oh, them hours wasted, oh my God. I think I'll just wear it back like this over winter, you know, in the rain and stuff, and let it grow out over winter. But what I'm going to start doing, I did do this when my hair was a lot shorter and it definitely worked. So I'm going to start oiling my hair up and showing you the process. But if you've never done it, when you go to bed, I prefer long hair. I do prefer long hair really because I think short hair is great, and that's the thing. If I start looking at pixie cuts and that, and I like it on other people, I think, ooh, could have it like that. But I think I've got quite big features, so I quite think I suit longer hair because I think if I had little elfin features, then I think like an elfin cut would suit, you know, short, if you know what I mean. I love my long hair. Yeah, I'm going to grow it back out. I miss it, but hair grows back at the end of the day. But there's a trick you can do, and you can test it yourself if you're trying to grow your hair. But they say you only do it for a week in a month, because if your hair gets too used to it, it'll stop it. But if you start for a week, write it down. But what happens is, before you go to bed, or, well, whenever, I'm probably going to do it tonight, is you get in bed and then try and get in a comfy position and put your head upside down. You can do it this way while you set up. I tend to go over my bed that way. Massage your head a little bit, but you've got to stay upside down. It's called the inverted method or something, for 4 minutes. Put a timer on your phone. You might feel a bit dizzy, so when you get up, be slow. You can do it between your legs, but I tend to lie on my bed and do that way. Come up slowly and do that only for 4 minutes a day for a week, for a month, and then the next month do it again. And I noticed my hair grew a lot quicker that way. The other way as well is, before you wash your hair, because my hair gets dead greasy dead quickly, is put some oil on your roots and really massage it in. They say you can get all these massagey thingy things, but I've got one of them tangle teasers. Put that on your head and just go around and massage it. I do that with mine, and I use rosemary oil. Yeah, because they use oils. I think I've got is it jojoba oil? But I've got one of them, you know, the tangle teasers, because they've got them sort of rubbery thingies. You put that on your head and just massage it, but tip your head up for 4 minutes, but slowly come up, because you might feel a bit dizzy, because the blood rushes to your head, and that's giving you circulation to your follicles. Yes, I have a tangle teaser. Use that. Don't dig it in, just use it. It'll massage your scalp, because you can buy them, these massage scalps, but basically it's like the teeth on a tangle teaser. So just go around in circles around your entire head, then get on your bed, lie back, and put your head up only for 4 minutes, and then do that for a week, and then leave it, and then the next month do it. Because they say if you do it too much, you know, if you carried on doing it every night for a month, your head, it sort of gets used to it. But I noticed a lot of growth of that, and they do that, I think, in India and places. They do definitely oil the hair up, and that's why they've got lovely thick long hair. So you could test that out. I'm going to try it out again because I think it will help. And not using heat on it. The worst thing you can do is put heat on your hair, ladies. So if you want it to grow, that's why I think I'm just going to keep it tied back like this, because I think it looks quite cute. I don't think it looks too daft at my age. And keep heat off. Yeah, I use coconut oil. Do you use coconut oil? Yeah, when I went blonde, I put coconut oil on. I'll tell you the best thing to do is if you've got damaged hair is you need to use shampoos and conditioners with no sulfates in them, because if it lathers up and that, it strips your hair, it dries it out. I use a lot of leave-in conditioners as well. There's one, it's about $6.99 from most supermarkets, but you don't need a lot of it. It's one of them, I'll have to find out the name. It's a coconut one. They might do a jojoba one as well, but they haven't got sulfates in. Makes your hair softer. And if you can tie your hair back, if your hair is a bit kinky and you straighten it a lot, maybe over winter start using hats when you go out, and start maybe, French plaiting your hair up, maybe like this or in the back, just to keep the heat off it. It's the heat that will damage it more. It's the heat that will dry your hair out. And if you've noticed, if you think your hair's going thinner at the bottoms, because I know a girl whose hair was quite thick, I kept thinking her hair's looking a bit thinner at the bottom, and it's because she's using straighteners on it all the time. It's just eventually snapping off. If you think about it, you're putting a plate of heat, 2 plates of heat between your hair, and you're putting heat on it. And that's why I don't really like using straighteners that much. I love wearing hats here. I love wearing hats. Don't even get me started, Sue. I'll be in the charity shop looking for hats. I will be looking for hats. But yeah, if I have to do it now, I like to do it, blow dry it, because I think it's still heat, but at least with a round brush and a blow dryer, it's not like you're putting 2 plates of heat on your hair. I straighten my hair about 4 times a year. Exactly. I bet it'll grow a lot quicker if you don't straighten it, but that's what I mean. If I'm going out, which I don't do a lot, out to a party or something, I don't even blow dry it, and that's good. I will straighten it because it looks longer, because my hair's curly, it goes up. That's the other problem I have. Is yours naturally straight, Mandy? Or is it curly, wavy, or is it naturally straight? I only have the problem with it because mine's wavy, but it can be really curly as well. Wavy-ish, yeah. But I think over winter, because it's going to be windy and stuff, I'm just glad, I know it's in between, but I'm just actually glad that it's at a length where at least I can tie it back a bit now, and just do this with it. I think it looks alright. Marco leave-in conditioner is really good. Yeah, it's just, the thick conditioners are good, but try and make sure on the back they've got no sulfates and that, because that's what dries your hair out. And then, saying about the coconut oil, what you can do is you can sit in it, if you're not going, the anti-frizz, if you're not going out, if you're doing a pamper night, you could put the coconut oil on your face. I use coconut oil for everything. Just put it all in your hair, because I did that before. I bleached it, put coconut oil in my hair, because it does save it a little bit when you're bleaching it. And put coconut oil in your hair and leave it in for a few hours and then wash out, or sleeping it overnight by covering your pillow up with something so you're not getting everywhere. That's like a deep conditioner. I use coconut oil for washing my makeup off with. Mine's straight, but I do use straighteners. Yeah, I know people straight and they do use straighteners. But if you get cotton wool pads and run them under some hot water, wipe that in the coconut oil and and it'll take all your makeup off, because oil takes dirt off, doesn't it? That's why you use dishwater. It's like oily, well, whatever. But yeah, if you do that, it'll take all your makeup off. It'll take your eye makeup off, and you just keep doing that till all your makeup comes off. Then you can swirl your face, and then you're left with your face is quite soft as well. But then I will use coconut oil as a moisturiser as well, and it's good for your eyelashes and your eyebrows, and it's good if you want to do to whiten your teeth with it, which I need to start doing again. If you swish it, it's quite hard, and they say 20 minutes. You take quite a big blob, you put it in your mouth, it'll melt. I don't mind the consistency now. You start doing that, and it starts going to liquid, and you do that. You're supposed to do it in the morning. I tend to do it in the evening, and you spit it out, but in the bin, not down your sink, because it might go hard, because it goes hard. I use coconut oil for everything. Oh, everything. Yeah, I do. And it's supposed to take the toxins out and stuff, and it will. You can use it as a. It'll take all. It will start taking plaque off your teeth and stuff like that, and it'll whiten your teeth up. So you can use it for that. You can use it as a toothpaste, and it does actually work. If you use it as a mayonnaise is supposed to be good in your hair. A toothpaste is a coconut oil with a bit of carbonate of soda in it, whatever you call it. That will help whiten your teeth as well, and it helps, apparently, coconut oil, when you're swishing it in your mouth and on your teeth, it helps mineralise your teeth or something, and it can help with cavities, so it is good for a lot of things. Good to rub in your cuticles. Coconut oil's just brilliant. The only thing I can't use it for cooking because I don't actually like the taste of that much of coconut in cooking. So, no. But, yeah, so I best get off. I've been on here for ages, but yeah, I hope you understand what to talk about with my hair. I was only coming on saying that's why I didn't do it. I think just when I'm feeling a bit pooey sometimes, I end up thinking coconut oil is good for thrush. Oh, is it? Is it good for thrush too? Wow, where'd you put it down there or what? Thrush where? Where'd you put it? Cooling. It's just weird how us women are that, we're always messing, aren't we? But I do, if you ever see me doing a mad style, it's either because I'm feeling a bit ploppy or I'm just like, at a spur of the moment thing or something, and I'm just like, oh, maybe if I did my hair, it'd make me feel like so. I think I'll just tie it back for now and just be good over winter and try and resist the urge to bleach it out and go grey, because I know I'll end up just drying out. And the thing is, you can't tell an hair, I'm getting quite a lot of greys in now, but I do like the copper colour at the minute, so I might even if I grow the copper colour out, I might just do it so it's a bit like, what's it called when it's half and half? What's it called? When you can be dark here and then red at the bottom. I can't remember. We will have to do a 3-month challenge of not touching our hair. Ombre hair. Yeah, ombre. Yeah, a 3-month trial of, let's see how we can grow our hair and not touch it with colour. But I don't know if anyone, before I go, I don't know if anyone's seen, when I was saying about Kellyanne, and I'm just going to tell you something about which is something in a minute, that is to do with Mandy C on here as well, is there was something on Facebook called Naturally Grey or Going Grey or something, and it's a load of women now that they're all turning that thing round now of grey is beautiful. That's why I see a lot of girls with grey hair now, because it's in fashion. But some of the models and that are older with grey hair. I think grey hair, silver hair, whatever you want to call it, is absolutely beautiful. And that's why I wanted mine to come through, and everyone's like, there's not a lot there. And I'm going, there's loads, but they're going, oh yeah, but what you bothered for? There's not a lot there. I'm like, because I want them to be there. I think they're really gorgeous. My mum's hair's gone silver now, and she went blonde. I said, just leave it to go silver because it is beautiful. If you feel a bit washed out of it, it's just probably because you need to put makeup on. I don't get greys. Mine come through pure white like unicorn hair. Mine are white. They're not grey. They're white. My nana's, bless her soul, were white. And I said, if they come out like my nana's, I'd have my hair like that. And then I'd put pink in it because I wouldn't have to bleach my hair out. I could put colours in it then because I've always wanted to do like a rose pink, which I will do one day. But, sorry, I just knocked myself over. I will do one day, but grey with funky colours. Yeah, I want to be like a grandma when I'm older with funky hair. I'm not going to be what you have to think, oh, I've got to go all fuddy-duddy and all that, but yeah, it's really popular with the young ones, but I love it anyway, and I think it's really gorgeous. I get sick of dyeing my hair. That's another thing. You just get sick of dyeing your hair because my roots... Oh, the Kilted Goths came on. He's just said, boo. Have you missed half of this conversation? It was all women talk anyway, so... The Kilted Goths come on. You don't notice the grey when you're blonde. No, that's why people go a lot lighter when they're older, because the grey mixes in, but... I just like to grow it out. Yes, I think he's missed some of it. You'll have to watch the recorded bit, but it is beautiful, and we've just always seen it as like, oh, it's old people or whatever, but it's not. It's gorgeous, and it looks gorgeous on old people and young people. The only thing I'd say is, mind you saying that the old ladies of today dress the same as they did in the 20s, so when they were in the 90s, they will be covered in tattoos, and yeah, well... I'll be one of them funky old ladies with tattoos and pink hair, but I'd like to be like that. I don't want to be like, ooh, I've got to be like this, but what was I going to say about grey hair? The only thing is, I've seen a woman in the shop in the supermarket, she's got grey hair and she looks lovely, but sometimes it can make you look a bit washed out, but she wears makeup, so I just think it just looks really glamorous as well. Because sometimes I do think a hair colour sometimes can make you washed out, especially if you don't wear makeup. So sometimes it is good to put a little bit on just to bring your skin out. Because I always say, you don't try and hide yourself in makeup, it's to bring your features out. But sometimes certain hair colours can make you look washed out. And I've noticed that when I've had different hair colours. But the only thing I wanted to say before I'd go, and the kilted goth, you'll have to catch me next time, is, she'll be back soon. Do you what? Ooh, I was just going to tell you something, Mandy, but you can watch this recorded anyway. Mandy C, who's on here talking, is, if I'm right, an eclectic witch, pagan. Kellyanne, who I just mentioned before, is a witch, and there's other people I've mentioned before I know who watch this sometimes. Annika, the sea priestess, who's a witch. So tomorrow, and I was very excited when Mandy came and watched, because I was like, oh my God, I've watched her from a few years ago. I started watching Mandy a few years back when I was feeling down, and this is how I sort of got onto my path, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow evening, or maybe tomorrow when Finn's gone for a nap, around 11:15 in the morning. Are you a witch? Yes, I'd say I was, Sue, because, well, people know if you've seen me witchy ways and stuff. Yes, I'd say I was. The only problem I'm having with it at the minute is I was saying Wicca ages ago, and then I was like, is it Wicca because I see that more as religion, or is it more like a pagan witch, as in I just sort of follow my intuition? So I was going to ask Mandy about that at some point, but I'm still a bit confused with that. I'm not a witch, but my cat Merlin thinks I am. Oh, that's such a cute witchy name for a cat as well. And some people get scared when you say that name, but it's, to me, I was born in the witching month. Ooh. To me, it's more of it is a nature thing, being a witch, and it's with working with your intuition and elements and stuff. And I will talk about it again, and Mandy will know what I'm talking about, but and it is a bit of law of attraction-ified if you're into law of attraction, because it is all about being positive and being kind, and it's on a path, and it's trying to better yourself. Being a witch is trying to be the best person you can, and I don't want to go into it now because I'll start talking for another 10 years, unless you all want me to stay on. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? What time is it? Do we need to go and get another brew because it's gone cold? Do you want me to carry on talking? Will someone tell me what time it is? What time is it? I'm looking for my phone. What time is it, peeps? This would be like the longest YouTube chat live thing ever. It'd just be like going on for about 5. Oh, it's right in front of my face. October. Oh yeah. What, not on the 31st? I need a coffee, 10:30. Do you want me to carry on? Should we all get a brew? Do you want me to carry on yakking? Because I can yak for England. I could try and explain myself a bit more for those of you who don't know. Yeah. Any of you, it's Friday night, you're watching something, or do you just want me to carry on talking? Do you want me to carry on talking, Mandy? Yeah? Just let me see if my tea's hot. Oh, my tea's still hot. The kilted goth will be glad to know. Right, I'll carry on talking then till you all fall asleep or get bored. I'll carry on with my little teapot and my little thrifted cup today, and my little milk. But nice pot. Yeah, I got that from eBay ages ago. It's like Japanese style. It's very heavy. It's cast iron. So I am looking for a teapot from charity shop, but I haven't seen one yet. I've got this one actually. Just let me go and put some hot water in here again. It's gone cold. See, this is what I like about going live, peeps, because it's just nice to all chat together if we're all just like, oh, can I just say before, when I was going on about eating, I've got to tell you, to the kilted goth, so why me kettle's just boiling, to the kilted goth, someone sing a song. Don't know what to sing. Did Did the Kilted Goth see anything about me eating my earplug? Because I had a dream that I was on, what did I have a dream I was on? What was that programme? The British Bake Off. This morning I woke up and I was sort of half in and out of sleep, and I was having a dream I was on the British Bake Off, and I don't even watch it. And we were making bread, and then I remember I was kneading the bread and I put something in my mouth and I was eating it, and then I woke up and actually realised I'd ate my earplug. A silicone earplug. I'd ate my earplug because I thought I was dreaming I was eating bread. I love watching my subscribers on live because I love knowing who my viewers are and getting to know them. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? And I never in a million years thought I'd be talking to Mandy C, because, as I was just saying, Mandy C, and there was a YouTuber in America who's a witch called, and I know Mandy, I'm assuming will know it, Tiptoe Chick. A few years back, laugh out loud, our DIY cutting, haha, I'm such a dork. In real life, I'm a dork. Got me into looking up stuff about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, whatever, that sort of stuff, because I was feeling a bit down, and how do you become a witch? Oh, Mandy. Well, some people say you have to do, what's it called? A year and a day and this, that and the other. But I don't know if that's in Wicca or whatever it is. And I know Mandy will know more than me because I'm still stuck on this sort of. I was just saying, Mandy, I used to say Wiccan, and then I thought, am I just a pagan witch? Because is Wiccan more of a religion? And I don't really know if I'm into religion. There are a lot of videos about becoming a witch. Yeah, true. If you go on Mandy C's channel, Mandy C, and it's Mandi and then CSIEE. She's got loads of videos because that's where I started from the beginning. So if you go to her videos right from the beginning, she's got loads and it'll explain it all. But I was saying that, and then I got a bit confused because I'm a bit religion. I'm be a bit lazy with certain stuff sometimes. But also she's eclectic, so that means you can take different bits of religions from different bits and put it all into your thing, which I like as well. Wicca is a structural religion. Yeah, she's saying, you'll have to comment again now because it's gone. Because with structure, I'm a bit like, so then I don't know whether I'm like a pagan witch, as in pagan, because pagan to me and paganism is like years ago when they used to worship the sun and the moon, because obviously the sun was there in the day and the moon was there at night, and all that sort of stuff, and rain for the crops to grow and all that's like quite pagan to me. Paganism isn't actually a religion, it's an umbrella term for non-Abrahamic religions. Yeah, and that's what I mean, because I'm not into Christianity and stuff like that. But I don't mind people who are. But I see it as more as an earth-based thing, because that's what they went off, didn't they? If they were worshipping the sun and the moon and stuff, it's all earth-based nature. But a witch to me is someone who follows a path to me of nature and elements and kindness and love, and just tries to be a better person. I can't explain it, and if you sort of know about it, you'll know what I mean. I'm really crap at explaining things, so if you are a bit intrigued, go look on Mandy C's, and there's loads of other people. The old Europe villages are called pagan, and they did have their own religion at the time, but there wasn't any way to go to pray. It was more something invented by, and I think witchcraft as well, if someone says, it's more like, there was a thing I had up the other day, and I took it because I wanted to do a drawing of it. My church is nature. Oh, what's the saying? My church is nature. I wonder if it's on my phone. I took a picture of it. I'll have to, I'm probably, I'm just shit at explaining stuff, but more to me is like nature and stuff like that. That's why I had that tattoo on my arm. Oh, it's not finished off because it was supposed to be Mother Earth. Have the science to explain the facts of life. So many modern pagans live their life that way and still have the scientific views alongside. Yeah, it's like modern pagan, which, or what, I can't explain myself, but I'm still in a bit of limbo with that, and I'm still looking at stuff, but and it's sort of following your intuition and different things. I'm just shy to explaining stuff, but man, you'll know, you know what I mean. Because sometimes you can go on a path of thinking you might be into a certain something, if it's Wiccan or whatever, and there's lots of different sides of different things. Like you said, paganism or whatever is a big umbrella for non-Abrahamic beliefs. So there's a lot of different areas, and you might start off looking into it. You might start off thinking, oh yeah, I'm that, and then you might go down that route, and then you might think, oh, actually I'm a bit of that. Primary, everyone can choose their views and beliefs for themselves and worship where, yeah, because I think it was Monday. I had a bit of a thing of, at first I was a bit like, no, I can't get is it the deity thing, like the goddess and the god, I don't know who, so I'll just call it the universe, because I don't know who I would, like the druids. Yeah, like the druids, there's all different types of, because they're obviously non-Abrahamic, so there's druids and the Celts and stuff, and there's all different things like that. That's why I love that pagan. Yeah, you understand, I'm just really crap at, I know what I mean, but I can't get it out. And that's why when I was watching on YouTube the other day, the pagan pride, which looked brilliant, pagan pride about all different, because there's obviously all different pagans, like druids and things, and there was lots of, the Vikings were there, because obviously like druids and Celts and all that. That just looked brilliant, but they all sort of believe in the same sort of thing, don't they? Because it's all through nature and the elements and the universe and stuff like that. And I think it's just a thing I can't get my head round of, like a god and a goddess, as in some people will take a different god and goddess out of different mythical things like Greek or whatever. That no one's really resonated with me yet. The only thing that has resonated with me quite big is the moon, and I see that as obviously a goddess. Yes, Druids, Wiccans, Hindu, Buddhism, Native American, shamanism, any religion of belief that is non-Abrahamic. So, for example, for Vikings believe very, very pagan. Nordic beliefs, I know, I just need to date a Viking. Keep saying this, everyone knows, but yeah, the moon. I like the moon. I like the sun, and obviously see that as the moon as the female, I see it, and the sun as the male. So that's, I need to get reference to that on my altar, because I can't see the comments anymore. Oh, Sue can't see the comments. What does that mean? I don't know if I've shown you, Mandy, but everyone feels and believes differently. So Dolly Daydream would have different religious beliefs to me. But yeah, I had some, and then I don't know, I'm still in that limbo thing, but I feel witchy, obviously, because I have a thing about nature. I believe in the elements in nature. When people talk about fairies, I believe they're the elements in nature. And what it was, Mandy, when I was younger, I used to live down south. My parents, my dad was in the army. They're not together now. He was in the army, and we used to live down somewhere called Bovington Way, in the army, in the barracks. And we used to live, it was always surrounded by countryside. So where we lived right near a forest. So I've always had to think about forests and oak trees, because I just think oak trees are quite magical. And an oak tree used to be my best friend, believe it or not. So I'm going to take you in the kitchen now. I had an oak tree. I'm talking about when I was about 6. So this oak tree, what does your mum think of you being a witch? She thinks I'm mad anyway, so she's not really bothered to just say witchy. I feel like Luke, the little mouse boy, listening in from under the chairs. Yeah, that Luke boy, listening in from under the chairs. I've not even put any water in my kettle. I just think she doesn't. The thing is about my mum, she's very strange because she can get quite negative about stuff, but she did tell me years ago that when we were a bit younger, hello to the Kilted Goth, said Hayley Sparkle Stitch and Stick. Yeah, he's on. She didn't have a lot of money and she wanted a new carpet, and she knew that she was going to get £100 from somewhere. She just come out of here when that's boiling again. She knew that she'd get £100 from somewhere. She had this feeling it had come to her, but she didn't know where. So she was pulling the carpet up, the old carpet, and there was £100 under the carpet. You know, like when people years ago used to hide the money, old people used to hide it under the mattress and stuff. She found £100. And I said, but Mum, because she's always like, oh, I don't know if I believe. I said, but you thought that and you believed it so much that you'd find something. And I said, and there was £100. What a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. But my lights aren't very strong. But I did have this as, it was my altar and it's proper messed up now. And it had 3 layers of it because I had like, my nana was on there as like a sort of altar. Was in the currency she used. Was in the currency she could use. Yeah, it was in the currency she could use. Yeah, which was mad. So I don't know if someone had put it there and forgot about it, but yeah, it was in the currency she could use. She used it. But the middle shelf was like going to be an ancestral one because my nana passed away in February and we were very close. And then I had all bits and bobs up there, herbs and stuff. And then that was my main altar and bits and bobs, but it's all got messed up from when I was having my kitchen done, and I'm actually changing it I'm always changing it when I get my sister's unit down there, and then I'm going to change it up, and then I probably will have a big think about what it is actually that I do want to sort of stick with, as in what I'm putting on there, and have a think about goddesses and stuff, because I have had a big thing about ravens and things at the minute, and I know, who's associated with ravens now? I can't remember. I'm so sorry to hear about your nana. My gran died last year and I can't believe it's been a year. Yeah, we were so close. There's a picture of her when she was 18 when she met my granddad, and my mum's about to get one done of my nana and my granddad when they met when they were 18 in the courting, and she was sat on the bench, but that was a picture of her when she was 18. But I was very close with her, and just after she passed, I kept saying to everyone here, I kept hearing a noise in here like someone had chucked a pebble in the corner, and it happened about 3 times, and my sister said it also happened to hers, and her actual boyfriend heard it as well, and I was like, there's no pebble. Yeah, the Morgan, is it? I've heard, is it Joanne Morris, I can't remember what her name is, Crows and Ravens also, yeah, Odin, yeah, she was beautiful, but yeah, so I've had the Raven a lot coming to me, and I've seen 3 together the other week, which was really weird. I've never seen them together when I went to the country park, and one, I stepped out the door the other day and one was sat on the roof across the road and it was proper cawing really loud. And I forgot to say, yesterday I heard this really big caw again. I thought it's right outside my bathroom window, so I ran downstairs, went in the garden, well, just stuck my head out the door, and there was a magpie just sat there looking at me, and I was collecting, because I've got a thing about them as well, which are in the raven family, aren't they, the crow family, magpie feathers. But yeah, and I like my birdies, and then I had my little blackbird in the garden I called Donald after my granddad, because he just used to always come over, a bit cheeky, he's just like my granddad. But he's flown away now for winter, I think. Right, I'm just filling my teapot up, but I think that's why I've come here and told some people, because my friends sort of know, and they probably all think I'm bonkers, but I haven't got a lot of people who are sort of into it, and you always think people think, especially if there's people I know who are into, I saw a massive crow recently, it was just on some barbed wire right in front of me. I have never seen one so close up. They are actually beautiful, because I actually thought, Mandy, that, you know, when you watch witchy YouTubers and that, and they're always like, oh, my birds scare the shit out of me. Catherine King just said the birds scare the shit out of her. No, because the little the blackbird that came in the garden, he was so cute, and I filmed him a few times, and he was getting cheekier and cheekier, and the more I put food out, the more he even came up to the door. And he used to sit on the fence and look at you like that, and then like proper cheeky, wasn't bothered. And I really like birds now, because I just think when you actually watch them and they start coming into your garden, they're really quite cute. But ravens, as in, if you see someone on YouTube, you probably won't know what I'm going on about if you're not into this, anyone who's watching, but people will be like, oh, I've got a spiritual animal, whatever, and it's an owl, or, you know, something cute like a black cat or whatever. I love to watch birds. They're so cute, birds, aren't they? I think they're really cute. When I've sat and watched them because they're coming in the garden, I think actually they are really cute, and they're funny little things, and they're very clever. And crows, ravens, are very clever. Apparently they say the blackbirds, them sort of birds in the blackbird family, are very clever. And if you start putting food out and stuff, they'll start getting to know you. And apparently they tell their friends about you if you've been kind to one or whatever. So, you know, but people will say, oh, you know, it's like an owl or a black cat, or, you know, something quite cute like a fox. You need a black cat. Do you know what? I'm more of a dog person. I'm allergic to cats. I do like cats. My sister's got a cat, but I'm allergic to them. So I had a black dog called Sammy. He was gorgeous. Like I said, my mum's ex-partner's got him, and he's such a good dog. He was allergic, beautiful. I know you've got a black cat. I'd love a cat. It's a bit more witchy, but I'm allergic to him. I don't know if you were around cats more that it'd go. I didn't used to be allergic to cats, but yeah, going on about the birds and that though, you know, people will be like, a pigeon attacked my hair on it, was screaming. Pigeons, I know. Well, seagulls are the worst. If you go to the beach and you're having an ice cream, they nick it out your hand because they're cheeky, aren't they? I tell you what do scare me when I go to the duck pond, bloody Canadian geese. They get out and they just follow you, and I'm always like, oh. But nice little, you know, blue tits and robins. Saw a robin the other day, that was cute. But as I was saying, people will have like an owl or a cat or a fox or something cute. Swans terrify me. Yeah, I like them when they're in the water. But I thought, oh, maybe my spirit animal or my like whatever is a raven, because I keep seeing them everywhere. Yeah, blue tits are really cute. They come in my garden as well. They're cute. Does it have to be a raven? Because they're like dark and black, and like people think they're deaf and all that, but they're not. They can be to do with good luck and stuff as well. But I also, if you look into it, and they come for like wisdom to teach things if you're on the path and all that. But looking at them, they're not actually. They are quite beautiful, and I wouldn't say they're black. They have purple and greens in the feathers, and they are quite beautiful. They scare some people because they are quite big. I never knew they were that big. When I saw one down the country park the other day, I went, they are quite massive. And it would be me. It wouldn't me be with something cute. It'd be me with something like that. But like I said, a name popped in my head the other day. I don't know why. And it just said Jasper. So now it's Jasper the raven who wears a top hat. They are stunning. I painted a whole crow collection last year. Yeah, I remember they are stunning. But that thinking sometimes you wouldn't see something as beautiful. They actually are. And I've got to think about foxes at the minute as well. But it's more like magpie, crow, raven sort of thing. It seems to be at the minute. But as I was saying, some of you have probably heard this before, but yeah, when I was younger, I lived down south in the army. Oh, by the way, when I said I ate that thing before, that thing, I didn't have any more, and I looked on my side, and on my crystal grid there was 2 more because I thought I'd lost them, with a feather, and I thought, oh, it's a feather that is out of a necklace that I've got a feather in. I don't know why, and it's not, so where that's come from, I don't know. You should do a lookbook on, oh yeah, the lookbook on the witchy thing is, I know, I just haven't got any, I know it sounds pathetic, I just haven't got that many clothes. I know I've been buying bits, but I've got stuff, but I still need to lose that last bit of weight, and I hate buying really, really nice things if I think, ooh, blah, blah, whatever. But as I was saying, that's a sign. Yeah, I know. I don't know where it came from. I had a necklace with a feather in from years ago, and I don't know where the feather was from. And the necklace was actually my nana's. So I thought, oh, it's fell out of that, and I opened it up because it was a locket, and it wasn't. And I thought, well, where's that come from? So I don't know. But as I was saying, I'll just get this out. I lived down south in Yarming. My friend was an oak tree because we lived near a forest and there was this massive oak tree, and he used to collect acorn. You know, the bits off the acorn. He used to think, if I put them at the oak tree, the fairies will come and they'll use them as hats and bowls. And he used to dance around it and give it a hug, and he was called Mr. Oak Tree. Ravens as a totem belongs to I can't say it, mischievous and curious folk. Yeah, I'm mischievous. There's one of them bloody flies about. And we used to play in the forest all the time. Whereas obviously you couldn't do that much as kids now because there's too many loonies about. But there was natural sandpits in there in the forest all the time. When my dad taken our dog for a walk, we had a ferret. We used to open the gate at the back. There'd be a cow stood there because he used to get out the farmer's field. We had a swamp where we used to play. I have seen some witchy lookbooks, but even though they can be really nice, it's just the person's personality style, I feel. Yeah, it's very true. I always feel a bit like, because I like these sort of things and bits of long necklaces, I feel a bit boho-y sometimes. You know, I like that boho-y, witchy boho-y, floaty boho-y look. Yeah, and we had a swamp near us, and my sister used to fall down the swamp all the time, and there was grass snakes, and we used to take grass snakes home in a lunchbox and climb trees. And I remember being in a field once and seeing loads of chrysalises with caterpillars and butterflies. I love butterflies. Yes, it really suits. Yeah, I'm a bit more boho-y, I think. I'm trying to find my look. I think I'm a bit more boho-y. I like the boho-y. I think witchy's quite boho-y, witchy. And I do like goth style as well, so, but like the kilted goths always saying I need to wear more black, I just don't think black suits, sometimes I think it suits me, but I just don't like it near my face. My youngest son keeps asking why I dress like a hippie. It's just comfier, isn't it? You know, but yeah, I've always been around nature, and then we moved to Catterick. After we lived down there, we moved to Catterick, and that was still quite like countrified where we were, and we used to kilted goth will always say black bloody suits you, but I to me I don't think it does. But we lived near a forest again, and we were always near a river. I got chucked in once off this lad. My daughter says I've turned hippie. Yeah, I think I don't know, it's just comfy, innit? Probably because I'm shopping in charity shops as well. But I've always lived near forest, rivers. Always had that thing about fairies as a child. Always, one of my best friends was an oak tree, and I said when I looked into it, I've always had this thing about oak trees because I see them as wisdom and they're just old. And when I've watched Lord of the Rings, I got very excited when the trees were moving, and I just love trees. Me too, says Catherine King. Yeah, and when I looked into it, you remind me so much of a young Fran Drescher. Oh, can't say it. Not the voice. Features. She's so pretty. Oh, thank you. And I looked into it and I couldn't believe it because my second name's Flannery. It's Irish and it used to be O'Flannery. And when I looked into their, what did I say it was, their shield thing, Irish thing, she always has big hair. I used to have big hair when it was longer. And guess what was on front of the shield, Mandy? Just guess what was on front of their, like, Celtic shield thing, whatever it was, for their clan. An oak tree. And I was like, right. And that little fruit fly's over there. I'm sure this fruit fly fancies me. It's just always following me around. Was an actual oak tree, and I was gobsmacked because certain things I kept looking into, they kept popping up, and I was like, this is really weird. This is really weird. So that's sort of why I got into like the witchy stuff. And I've always done things when I was younger as well, as like thinking, oh, if I believe in this will really happen, and things happened and stuff like that. And I thought, you know, there's something in this. And I don't believe in coincidences either. You know, if you talk about someone that much and you bump into me like, oh, it's such a coincidence. No, it's because you've been putting a thought out there. And I just think putting stuff out in the universe, you can make it happen if you think that positive about something. You and your fruit flies. These fruit flies have been here for weeks. They're getting on my nerves. I haven't even had any fruit out. And they're still about. And they annoy me more than a blue bottle because they're dead tiny and you'll just see them go past. And every time I walk, I've got you propped up with Buddha behind it, and he's sat on the Buddha. Is it trying to join in? Is this fruit fly trying to tell me that it's me I'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. Is this fruit fly trying to tell me it's me spiritual animal thing? Is not going to be a fruit fly. It's a raven. But yeah, as I was saying, Mandy, who's on here, she well, just saying you should always trust journalists' intuition. Journalists? What do you mean journalists? Because I don't watch the news much. Ooh, Beltmere Cottage have just put a new post on. You know, I should have my thingy, my laptop here. Oh, ain't she lovely? Ain't she just fab? I don't know if you've seen a Catherine King. The Belmere Cottage, I say a Beltine Cottage on YouTube. She just walks around the garden. I'd say she's witchy. She's witchy. I've seen things in a house. Not journalists. Yeah, no, not journalists. You follow your intuition. That's a lot to do with being a witch, following your intuition and stuff. Yeah, she's so, as Sue said, she's so cosy and relaxing. I told them to go and watch her because she's so... She just chills you out. I watch her in the morning and she walks around the garden. She's got a dog called Jack and a cat called Sammy Bear and Beauty. It's bloody typo. I know, I do it all the time on my phone and everything, get the wrong typing in. And it's just dead calming. But I know you can tell because she goes on about the goddess gardens and different things that follow the wheel. That's what I mean about pagan and witchy. They follow pagan, witches, whatever, follow the wheel of the year, you know, with the different Sabbaths, and it's all about their different holidays, you know, like Samhain, Halloween, and you know, when you hear people, Rosie Moon Maison, she's another witch from America, so some witches are getting on here. The different you know, celebrations they follow on the year, you know, when you hear people say about summer solstice and stuff like that. It's just more nature based, but it's really cute because that's the only thing I used to worry about was if I told people or people on here and they're like, oh, what's going on about? People who are maybe a Christian, and I know there's people who watch that are Christian on here, and I'm not like, you know, it's like believing what you want to believe, and if you believe your belief is in God and that's your belief, that doesn't bother me at all. But some people would say to them, oh, it's because they worship the devil and this, that, and if it's nothing to do with that, it's just nature-based. It's the elements, animals, you know, nature, that sort of stuff. It's all... I've not got my star on today, but the pentacle, with the 5 points, people you say, oh, it's, you know, devil worshipping. It's not. It's... I'll probably get it the wrong way around, but the pointing up is spirit, earth, air, fire and water. Earth, air, fire and water are the elements that are found in nature. It's all to do with nature. You know, that's why that Belmere Cottage or Beltine Cottage or whatever you want to call it, definitely say she's witchy. She's an Irish woman in West Island and her cottage is so witchy to me, so comfy, so cosy. She's trying to do permaculture, I think it's called. She's just growing everything natural and she tries to save water. And she's there on her own with her cats and a dog, and it's just so relaxing. And she's such a beautiful person. Her soul, you can tell her soul's just so loving, and she's trying to do things for nature and to help the birds in there. She's got 3 acres of land, and she's really inspired me to sort my garden out next year and stop telling my mum to cut the blackberry bushes down at the back because the birds can eat them berries. It's for like birds and different critters to come in the garden and, you know, have a little bit of a home and that. And I like watching birds and stuff, but I can't explain it. But that's where I've got my witchiness from. There was something always there, and there's something that's always been there from a child, from when I grew up in the country, running around and playing in the dirt, and even though my mum didn't like it and she used to hate it. And my friend being an oak tree, and then I went to, I don't know if I've told you this before, I went to a circle years ago. I went to a woman who said she was, what did she say she was, like a psychic or whatever. And I went with the guy I was with at the time because he was sort of into all that. And we had to go on a Thursday for 6 weeks for a couple of hours, and we had to sit in a circle. I didn't know at the time, this was well a few years back. We had to sit in a circle and she'd all get you sat round. There was a few of us there. We didn't know each other, apart from my boyfriend I was with at the time. Because at first I was like, we were sat in a circle and then she'd tell us to close our eyes, we'd relax, and then she'd go through like a bit of a meditation. So we'd sit there and she'd sort of say something like, you're walking down a beach. So you'd have to visualise yourself there like you're in a meditation state sort of thing. And then she'd say, oh, look at the flowers that are there, or you're walking through a forest, look at the flowers, look at the colours of the flowers. So as you were thinking it, you'd have to sort of remember what you'd seen. And then one by one, she'd go round and she'd tell you, ask you, like, when you were walking through and asked you what colour were the flowers, what colour were the flowers. If you said you couldn't remember, she said, yes, you can, what colour were, and you'd have to tell her. Then she'd tell you what the signs were of what you'd seen. And I remember one time there was an oak tree and she said something about, can you see the people stood there? And I just remember this woman with white long hair in a white dress, up quite Victorian or something. I can't remember what it was. And something about she was holding a pestle and mortar and something about something. I can't remember, it was ages ago. And I said, oh, I don't know, someone in your family. And I asked my nana, and she said something about her mum's mum had long white hair, and that would have been like sort of dress she'd worn. And pestle and mortar, something about, she was a nurse, so they probably would have used them to make medicine. I don't know, something mad. And then there was something where I thought I saw my granddad and I got really upset and started crying. And so there was stuff like that. And then a partner I was with at the time, he said he used to see people when he used to open his eyes in the morning and stuff, and he thought he saw a girl who had long dark hair stood in the corner once, and this woman said it was actually me in a past life or something, because I do believe in all that. And she said that when we were visualising something, I saw a girl, like an Indian girl in a field, picking tea leaves, and putting them in the basket on the back. I said, and she was happy. She was out in the sun and she was just in a field and she was happy. I didn't feel that she wasn't happy. And she actually said it was me in a past life. She said she probably had about 5. And in one of them, my boyfriend said he was like sat on a throne, like he was a king and all that. And she went, yeah, but you'll never be as rich as you were then, because he was always going on about money and stuff. You'll never be as rich as you were then, because if you've had that life before, you won't have that life again. So you might be coming to money or something, but you'll never be as rich as the king was, or something like that. I don't know if you understand. But and then there was the time, you might have heard this one before, that I've only said this recently, Mandy would have loved it, there was a shop down the road from me about 5 minutes away, and I used to pass it on the bus, and I was like, what is that shop? And it was called Spirits of the Forest, and I think she's actually online now. And for years it had been there, and I'd never gone in, and I thought, oh, it's one of them like, new age shops, so I'm going to have a look in, because this is when I started looking into witchy stuff and all this. And I was watching Mandy C, and I was watching Tiptoe Chick and some others, but I believe we don't open ourselves up to our senses because it's scary. Hi Rosemary, hi Rosie Moon May. I don't believe we do. They say, before I talk about the shop, there's a lot of you. Right, I know what I'm talking about sometimes, but I'm very rubbish at getting things out, so I'll get muddled up. But there's a lot of the brain that we don't use, and we don't open ourselves up. And that's why I believe if you actually believe in something that much, you can bring it into reality. We don't use it, and people are not open-minded enough, and people are scared. And I don't believe we're on this planet that we just live like we do, and we work our asses off, and we can be miserable, and then you just pop your clogs and that's it. That we were just put on the planet to work, get stressed and die. I don't believe in that. I believe, my head always believes that, like, we're put on the earth again. Hi, oh, Mandy's back. She was desperate for carrots and hummus. I believe, like, we can be put back on the earth to come and come and find the path that we're supposed to be on. If we don't find it, we'll keep sort of being putting back. We won't know what path, and we won't remember that we've been here before till we find it, and things will start jogging our memories, but it's up to us if we find it. So I don't know if you know what I mean, but I don't believe that we're just here to just, like, we do work, people get miserable and that, and we're just here to just, that isn't what life's about. It's not what life's about. People, it can't be what life's about, because why would we be put on the earth just to do that, just to be like, oh, some people are like, oh, I hate my job and this, that and the other, and we just work, and then you work yourself to the bone and then you drop dead, and that's the only reason why we're put on the planet. We weren't. We're here for like, we're spiritual beings. We're here to wake up. A lot of people are waking up around the world, I think, but I think it takes a lot to, like, I came on my path because I was down about stuff and coming out of a relationship, and even before I got back with Finn's dad, because I've been with him before and I shouldn't have done, even before that, I did go back on a spiritual path before I got back with him. Mandy, I don't know how you can eat. She said, she doesn't know how you can eat this late. I could eat now if I wanted to, but I got back with him again and I shouldn't have done, but before I got back with him again, I did find my path and it did build me up and everything. And then even when he got back with me, he was like, oh, you're into all this, that and the other. And I did a pendulum thing on him and he shit himself because it told him, apparently it told him the answer to something he was asking. He didn't tell me, but we can't just be on the planet to you just live and you just die. She said she couldn't eat like bread or heavy carbs now. I've been eating marshmallows, says Sue, but I feel like going and getting me dark chocolate. But I just believe we're here to find ourselves in the path and to spread happiness and to learn to be, I can't explain myself, just to learn that, this is going to sound dead corny, love is the answer. The more you love, the more love you give out to people, the more you'll get it back, the more it'll help other people, and just to be positive, because the negativity is the baddest thing on the planet. And like I've said, if the more negative you are, the more negative you'll bring to you, and I've learned that over time. The more positive you try to be, the more positive will come into your life. And I know it's so hard to be positive sometimes, but it's hard to be positive all the time. When my dad died, he was asleep in bed, and my mum was in the chair sleeping. He had been asleep. Someone comment again, it's gone off again. Only comes up when you comment, doesn't it? You have to read dead fast. Oh, bless. He had been asleep for nearly 3 days. He woke up and woke my mum. He told her he had to go now. Oh, I knew when my nana passed away. She asked him if he was sure. He said yes and shut his eyes and went in his sleep in her arms. Oh, bless. It's so awful when someone passes away, but that's so cute in a way, as in he died in his sleep and he died in your mum's arms, as in grief's not nice, but he died in his sleep, because obviously some people can die in horrific deaths and stuff. And when my nana passed away, she was in a home, and I kept saying to mum, you need to be, because they're a bit like me and my mum when we don't get on sometimes because we're different personalities. And I said, I know she's going to go. She is going to go. And she went dead weak. Mum said, oh, no, she won't, because she always bounces back. And I said, she's not going to bounce back, Mum. So he must have known he had to. I think you do sort of know. My nana knew she was going. I knew she was giving up. I'll get a bit upset now. Not because she was frail when she went. And it's all right that I'm talking about. It's just, I knew she was going to go, and I said to my mum, my nana turned to me and said, I was talking to her, and she said to me about, I hate it in here, but I can't remember what she said, but it's because she hated the thought of people feeding her, when you're that old. And she was 90, what was she, 93? She was doing well, and was she 92, 91, 90? Oh, I can't even remember her old now. Because they don't want people doing things from at that age. And she didn't, she was a strong woman, she didn't want that. And I knew, and I said to Mum, she's giving up, I can tell. And she sort of whispered it, and I knew. And then it was a couple of days after she went, and I knew she was going to go. And I was going to see her in the Chapel of Rest, but Mum said, don't remember her as, So we didn't. And on her funeral, it was cute because we went, and she was in a country place. It was even, my mum lives in Wales, so my nana lived in Wales. And I chose Over the Rainbow by Eva Cassidy because I love that song. And it reminds me of my nana as well, and that's because I love, one of my favourite films is The Wizard of Oz. And that day it was so sunny, and when they played it, the sun was shining and everything, and then, it was sad but beautiful at the same time, because celebrated her life as well, and she lived to a good age, 90 odd, do you know what I mean? My mum passed nearly 9 years ago, and I miss her every day. Yeah, And I will miss my mum when she goes, even though, I say, oh God, she's doing me head in and all that. That's lovely. Yeah, it was really nice. And that picture that I showed you, Mandy, on the side was the picture that we blew up. That was on on the coffin. She got cremated, but I've just realised we haven't scattered her ashes. So I think when I go to Wales in October to see my mum, I'm not going with Finn. I might see if maybe we'll do that then. I'm going to go on the beach. But what was I saying before that? My boyfriend just came in the room and said the last time I was in here, then that lady said she was going. The thing is, Mandy, I can talk for England. I could sit here till 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to. But what was I just saying before, my nana? When I was saying about was it not something about. Yeah, well, I can never explain anything, but I just don't think we're here. I don't think humans are put on the planet to just be like, I've got some of my mum's ashes in. Oh, yeah, I was thinking of that, when you can make the ashes into a diamond and maybe have it in a ring or a necklace would be nice. So I have to ask my mum. But yeah, I just don't, I know some people think it's bad, I just don't believe we're here to just live the way we do like that. Purpose of life, spiritual experience. Yeah, I think, that's what I was saying, yeah, that we're human beings, I think we're spiritual beings having the experience in a human body, if you know what I mean. As if we're coming down to have the experience, but to sort of like help and put messages out to people and help them. I can't explain what I mean, but that's sort of what I believe in. And I do believe that when you do pass away, that I don't believe in hell and heaven as such. I just believe you go into a place of energy, like the universe, that we all go into a big ball of energy. And like, if someone passed away, you would feel them, you'd know who they were in that energy, like the spirit is the energy. Because I know that when my silly ex-boyfriend I was with, Finn's dad, his nana passed away as well. Before we split up, I went to see her in hospital, and it's the first time I've seen anyone die in front of my face. And it wasn't nice, but we were all there, and she was hanging on for us to go, well, for her son and my ex's dad, and she hung on, and she was breathing really heavy, and we knew she was going to go, and we stayed there for a couple of hours, and I wanted to, but when she went, we saw a dark go up her neck, and I just went, oh, she stopped breathing, and she sort of did that last breath thing, she went, and then she just went, and to me, I just found it very like, when they say, I do believe your spirit leaves your body, your soul leaves your body, because as soon as she took that last breath, it wasn't her. It was like it had come out, gone away. Her body deflated, her face went in, and it was just like, she's gone. That body isn't her. Her spirit, her soul had gone. I didn't see what the Kilted Gofford wrote then. It was just the saddest thing and the weirdest thing, but like, she's still about. Last time I saw my mum, I was being told spiritually, take time. You'll have to say something again. You know what I mean? And I believe they're around in energy. Like I said, when my nana passed, I kept hearing a pebble drop over there. There was no pebbles. Take time with her. You won't see her again. I never did see her again. You must feel her about, though. I believe in that. I know what you mean. She wasn't there and her body was a shell. Yeah, that's what it is. She was a shell, and it's like a face. Even with my nana, she was a shell. She was just a shell. It's just a vessel, but a spirit. It's like I saw it go. I see. Yeah, the Kilty Goff said he sees spirits. That's what I mean. But I think you can feel it in energy sometimes. Or they say if you dream about somebody, it's them coming to you in a dream, the spirit. So I don't believe we disappear. I believe we all go into an energy, and that we will sort of see each other there through an energy feeling, if you know what I mean. That's how I sort of see it. And I don't believe we're put on this planet, we die, and that's the end of us. I think our energies are put into something else, or that sort of thing. Rosie Moon May, signs and messages from spirits are all around us. We just need to open ourselves up to the receiving. We do, and that's why I think it's in elements and stuff like that. They can be around us all the time, in nature and stuff, whispering to us and things like that. I do believe that. And that's why I think being a witch, being pagan, being Wiccan, whatever it is, that side of it, back in 10 minutes, okay, I'll still be here talking, and your boyfriend will be saying, she's still here. You will still be an individual. Yeah, that that sort of belief in nature and stuff is a nice thing to believe in. But it's whatever you believe in as well, you know, whatever you believe in, as long as it's not hurting anyone, is a good thing. As if you've been on here for 2 hours. I could sit here till God knows what time in the morning if you all start talking. But if you're all still up, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we're all like, there's nothing on telly tonight. But let me pull a card out while I'm sat here. So it was weird, I did pull that You Are Worth It one out today because that's how I was feeling. Saying to the kilted goth, that's why I took my hair out. I was having a bit of a blip. When I feel a bit funny about myself, I always mess with my hair. It's now 3:30 in the morning, is it? Really? Sarky bugger. It's 11:05. It's not that late, guys. I don't want to be sat here watching someone on YouTube or bloody trying to find something decent to watch. I'll just shuffle these cards. But yeah, just know if you're not into that witchy-wooey stuff and all that, that if you ever see people with a pentacle on or whatever, it's not because they're worshipping the devil and stuff like that. It's just nature and elements and stuff, and it's quite a nice thing, and it doesn't mean anything that you might have been told sometimes. Because if you didn't know I was and you know now, then you know the sort of person I am, and it's not to do with that. I'm not being funny. You do get witches and people in Africa, and I know this from watching things and documentaries that, you know, like the witch doctors and that, and there is a thing over there that is very upsetting, but that's what they believe in. But it is awful. They kill children over there and everything, and use bones and stuff, and it is awful because they believe that the energies in that child or whatever is used for magic, and it's not very nice. And to be on a bit of a downer saying, but you know, like children are born over there with albinism, and they think it's like the devil because the child looks white with blue eyes, and they think it's a sign of, and they do kill the children over there. It is awful. But when I say magic to me is, if you're thinking, oh, magic and a spell, and magic to me is a spell is like I've said before, it's like someone who's Christian is like a prayer. When you pray, you're putting your thoughts out there and your intention. A spell is the same thing. The only thing different is that you may use a cauldron or something to put things in. You know, like I say, I write things down sometimes and burn it off because that's using the element of fire and it sets it off quicker, I think. Or people might use the tools and things. It's just to concentrate more. Like if I use a crystal grid and I said I put the conductor on the top, but I write underneath it and put the crystal on top, and then crystals sort of go in with what you've put on there. Like if it's love, you might put like rose quartz on because that's associated with love, and different things on. And the way I do it is I go around with a little, I haven't got my crystal, where are my crystals? I'll show you. A little wandy bit, as I call it. And I just touch each crystal to the conductor in the middle crystal, and just say in my head what it is that I want to put out there. It's just so I'm concentrating. It's just a way of putting your intention out there, but you're concentrating. So you're putting it out there and you're thinking about it. You're thinking about you put positive energy, a positive intention out there. It's just more to make you concentrate. A bit like when you're meditating sort of thing. Who just commented on the last bit then? I didn't see it. I'll show you my crystals in a minute. Because I can only see it when someone comments. I've got to read it quick. I don't know if you get what I mean, but if someone's praying, it's like a wish, isn't it? It's like, you know, and if it happens, it's magic. But yeah, when you hear someone say magic, it's not like they're there with, or a witch, they're sitting on a broom, and that a broom's got a lot more to do with different things. As I've seen, it's to do with fertility, and also a witch years ago, so they say, would use a broom outside the house to let you know if they were in or out and stuff like that, and sweeping the badness out and bad energy out of the home and stuff like that. So it's nothing to do with sitting on a broom and flying, even though that would be really good. But yeah, I'm shuffling cards here. Who commented? I didn't see the comment. I'm picking a card. It's come out again. So I'm not picking another card because obviously the same bloody cards just come out. See? How weird's that? I've always said when I've picked a card out, it's always with what I've been talking about. And I showed this card before and I've just bloody pulled the same card out again. So the cards are obviously telling me not to pick another card because I already picked that card out before. Let me get the crystals. I think it was Catherine, was it you who commented? I didn't see it. You can also do, if you... That's culture too. They believe that the children are evil spirits. Yeah, they do believe the children are evil spirits, and it is horrible. I was watching a documentary on it. I couldn't watch it anymore. I mean, that's obviously where some people get like the sort of an African culture and stuff, wherever that comes from. But you know, where some people will think, oh, I've heard witchy stories before, and you know, people have killed. It's nothing to do with what I believe in, but some people over in the other cultures in different countries do believe in that sort of like what people might call black magic or something. But yeah, I haven't got a lot of crystals, but what I tend to do is I got this glass thing that used to be a cake stand, and I had to put that underneath it because it's a bit rough so it doesn't scratch my table. And then what I do is, people do these, I just do it the way I feels right, but I won't always write a note, but I might write something down of intention. I put it on there, and then I put this clear quartz crystal on top of it because they say that's the conductor, sending it out to the universe. That's why I'd say most temples and things have a point on them that are normally pointing to the sky. And it's like my little Buddha head that you stood up and he's got a point, because I say that's to the universe, you're putting your intentions out there. You know, church have spires and things like that. So they're all, if you think about it, they're all pointing up to the universe. When you're praying, people look up. I know, like, they're looking up to God, but, you know, wherever your God is, Buddha, whatever, you up to the universe to me is that's what I like to see. Because I don't believe in, obviously, God sat there on a white fluffy cloud. And I don't mean to disrespect anyone if you're on here and you're Christian or whatever. That's just what I believe in. And anyone can believe in what they want to believe in. But, so that's your PowerPoint, like sending it out to the universe. And then I need to collect some more, you see, when I've got some spare money. The quartz crystal shard things, I think, like, you know, like the natural ones. So I have 4 points. I'm trying to hold this that go out, and then you can make quite a pretty pattern. You just go around, and then you can put, like, I've had amethyst tumble stones, gemstones on, but I do the same pattern, so I'd have 4 of those, and like rose quartz if it's love or something, or you can just have quite a few quartz, because quartz work good with everything. But the only thing I haven't got that I've got to send off of is, they say to have the end ones that go on the end, because I might have that and then a rose quartz and then another clear quartz crystal, is to have a point on it like that, little ones. And I thought I'd got them, but I didn't. I just got one. It was like that, so it's got a point on. Do you see? But I thought I'd ordered 4 and I only got 1. So when you put that on the end, I don't know if you can see, if I had 4 of those on the end of these with the other crystals that sort of go in with the intention that what out, like if it was money, you'd probably put, really bad, I don't know what it's called, I'd probably put a green crystal or gemstone on, because green's like the colour of money. So you'd put 4 of them on. You make like a pattern, so it's 4 to each. And then you put this on the end with the points facing out, because you're sending it out to the universe. And then what I do is I've got this lovely, I call it a wand, crystal quartz wand. And what I do with that is, say like, I don't know if I can show you. Say like I've got my crystal on the end because I need to order them. So I just have them out now like that. I will, whatever I'm thinking about, I'll think about, and then it'll be like, whatever it is, it'll be, in my head I'll be thinking, and then I'll touch there, then there, then there, then there, then back, then there, then there, and then I go around like that. And I might go around about 3 times thinking of the thing that I want to bring my intention out. It's just to concentrate, and you're in that meditative state a little bit to put your intention out there. It's just a tool to use, and then I just leave it. I have that like that, and I just leave that to work its thing. And every time I see it, I sort of think about that thing. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about, but I need a few more crystals to put on there. But that's how I use that. Or otherwise, I use my cauldron and burn things off in there. But that's why if you might see witchy people and they've got bits and bobs about the crystal, that's how some people use them for. But you can actually use flowers as well, because I've seen someone do beautiful. I love that. Yeah, and I just do that. And I've also seen people do it with flowers. So they put flowers out, and it's like a bit of a flower grid, because flowers, they're from nature and they're, you know, elements, flowers and things. But that's what I do. I use the crystals, and because there's lots of ways you can put your intentions out there. Like some people do candle work. So it's like this candle behind me, let me show you. I called it a working candle, but I don't tend to use it that much now. I sometimes put it on when I'm doing gratitude. This little foxy candle, when I put my fox on, he was, that candle has got, I have gone in it with a knife and wrote things on it, but it says inspiring. I've said this before. It says love. It's got lots of positive little engraved words on it. That I put on it, I had intention on it that I was thinking about when I carved it in. So I see it as when the candle burns down, I just ask and light a candle. Yeah, or some people just have a candle, they ask, they light it, and then as the candle burns down, they see that as like putting their intention out there. But everyone has different ways, and that's what's nice about it as well, because you don't have to. When I first got into it, I was like, oh my God, I have to say this, do this ritual, or I have to, what words did they use in that book? But now I've learned as I've gone along, as I know Mandy and some others on there will know, if you do it that way, that it is more powerful to use your own words of intention. You can use other people's. I only found you recently because you were on my video, so I haven't watched anything but the live feeds. So yeah, do not normally discuss paganism. Yeah, I'm just yakking about it now, but I forgot what I was saying now. It's more the intention. Yeah, it is more the intention, and you don't have to have all the tools and stuff, but sometimes it just centres people and it makes you concentrate. But I do like the crystal grid thing, because I think that's quite like, I just quite like that. And if you like crystals as well, it's nice. So I just do it that way. I'll have to show you when I've set it up again. But yeah, people have different ways, and that's what I like as well, because I thought, no, it's more powerful when you have your own words of intention or your own words of prayer or whatever it is, and do it by your intuition and what makes you feel right. Because sometimes I thought, oh, I don't want to do that because it says in the book that you've got to sit down in a circle or do this. I'm just like, I just want to do what feels right to me. Or, you know, like some people say, if you have an altar, work on your altar. But I have actually decided now that because my altar's over there, it needs changing. I'm always changing it. I'd love to be able to sit there on a chair, simple and lovely. Ah, yeah, simple and lovely. That's what Catherine says. Just with a candle. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes you feel like being a bit more extravagant or something. But I think I like the crystal grid. But now I don't know if you think this is good for any of you witches that are on it. I just see this room as just being my witchy place. So if I'm doing something at the table, like some people might say, oh, I've put this on the table because the energies are more on that table, that's on the altar. But I see it as that room, and that's how I want that to be, because I work at the table doing stuff. Your witchy room is beautiful. Yeah, I just see, I don't know if you can see my wall over there that I'm trying to get stuff on. I want like my artwork on there and things, and I want words of inspiration and positivity. So as well as when Finn grows up, when he's in this room doing his homework, he's going to be inspired by a lot of things. And I want big bits of crystals. I can't afford them yet, but I want the house to be quite magical and cosy. You know, like just invite him when you come in and has that bit of a magical thing about it for Finn as well. But also, so if I'm making my books, you know, my little my books that I was showing you, that because it's in a witchy room and I see that's such a beautiful idea. Yeah, just, you know, homework. So he's inspired by the things that are on the wall, and I want him to be inspired by nature and just by things, because he'll be sat in that room, so it'll be around him. Even if he's not realising it, he will, because it'll go in his conscious. You know, that's what I'm saying about vision boards. If he's seeing something all the time, like my words on the wall over there, it'll go into his head, hopefully. Not forcing nothing on him, because it's, you know, finds his own path as he grows. But like when I'm making these witchy books to sell, well, I call them the traveller's notebooks, but mine, you know, the one with the fox on it, and these, that I feel like my energies and like I'll put an intention on them, as in just love and stuff, that I was going to say they'll sit on my altar, so it'll give them a bit of energy off that, but I just feel if they're made in this room, by me anyway, in that room, the energies are all in that room. And that's why, when I saw someone doing a crystal grid, they did say that they put it in the front room. This has been upstairs in my bedroom because I didn't want Finn messing with it because it was on the side, because I think if you like, your energies sort of might... Hang on, I've got to plug us in. Your energies, you know, like if someone touches it, your energy might... not Finn's energy, but you know, if you had a friend round and started messing with your stuff, because you don't really want people touching your altar and stuff, but I'm just trying to plug you in. Where's the plug thing? Right, just plug us in. But I've decided to bring it back downstairs on my dining table because that's where I craft from, and I've moved a bit of it, but I've decided to put it in the middle because you can't reach up there anyway, and a lot of people don't mess with that. So I'm going to put it in. Your hair is so cute, short. Yeah, it was short. I don't know. I've looked back, I think actually it was all right. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But I'm going to put it on the table because I saw someone do this and they said they put it in the middle of, sort of in the home, and there was the dining room table. So the PowerPoint was the middle of the home where everyone congregated. So, because I do a lot in there, I thought it'd be great to be on there with my energies. But the nice thing they said as well, if you have your points, you know, like I said, I need my crystal points, pointing out, that sends it out to the universe and like out and up. But if you want it to be in your home, if you're wanting like protection or love or something in your home, you know, nice, you put the... or is it the other way around? You put the points in. Or it might be... oh, I forgot now. It might be put your points in and it goes up to the universe, something you want to put out. And if you want to put it out in your home, then you stick them out so it goes out in your home, if you know what I mean. And I thought that was really nice. No, you did say it right. What out? Are you talking about this? Is it out? Points out to the universe, points in, it'll come out in your home. And I thought that was quite nice. Yeah, Mandy said I was right. So it's points out to the universe, and then I'm connected, and then points in, like in your home, which is quite nice. I think that's really cute. So I need to get some more crystals. And I'm a bit like, I can be quite lazy with stuff as well, and that's why I get a bit like, oh, if you're supposed to be doing a ritual or something on this day, I was a bit lazy that day, and I didn't do that on that day. Like the other day I was doing my hair, but I did manage to get my crystals out under a full moon, so... and I did recharge this one up, and I've just learned how to wire wrap this big one. I thought I'd ordered 4 of these for that, and I hadn't. I'd ordered one. What did that say, Mandy, about the points? I'm waiting for some amethyst to come, actually, because I'm about to do some amethyst jewellery, because I don't know if Mandy knows, these rattling around, I make charm bracelets and I make jewellery as well when I'm not doing everything else. So I'm trying to get some stuff out. Points out to remove negativity and suppress blockages. Yeah, so I think it's quite nice. But I always say, if you've got ideas and you think they work, then just use them yourself if that's what your intuition is that's how it works. So some things are night, some things work for some people and some don't work for the other. But what I was trying to say, because I will have to go on a bit, been yakking for 10 years, might be the longest one on YouTube ever, is what I was trying to say is tomorrow, I think I'm going to come back with at some point. I'll let you know what time I'm going on. I might do it live, I don't know, but witchy, if anyone's interested, the witchy people I follow and I got into, which one of them being on here now is Mandy C. I can run off a few names. Mandy C, Annika, the Sea Priestess, Lauren Samantha, who's come off a channel at the minute, and I did text her on Instagram today and said that because she's not sure if she's deleting it all and coming back with a new one. But I just think there's stuff on here I wish I hadn't put on, or might have said things wrong, but I just see it as growth anyway. And I didn't really know what I was doing. And I always think I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about because I can never get it out properly, but I know in my head what I'm talking about. Who did I say the other day, Mandy? Angel. let me see if I can say her name. Angel Persephone. Angel Persephone. I'll get it right. Sorry, I'm getting dry lips. Tiptoe Chick. Yes, I got it right. Tiptoe Chick. The White Witch Parlour. Oh, there's quite a few. And another one, Mandy, that I saw you put up. Witch and Moon. I'm going to talk about tomorrow of the people. And like I said, Mandy being one of them. So I was quite chuffed that she has come to talk and that. And maybe there'll be some questions I might need to ask Mandy. But who inspired me at the beginning and why? And I'm glad as well. And who was saying before something about, does my mum know? My mum knows she don't care. She knows we have a different way of thinking. My mum can be quite negative in some ways. She knows I'm always just saying you've got to be positive, mum. You know, even it's hard sometimes, but it's hard sometimes, and I'm not always dead, but I try to be most of the time because it does bring more positivity and more positive things happening in my life and more positive people to be positive. And I think without the way I think now in the path that I'm on, I really don't think, I just think I would have been in a place of depression with what went on with Finn's dad and everything and me being on my own with a baby. And even a few things going on with my eldest that they say Pisceans can be quite like get addicted to things, and I do because I can get addicted to crafting and I'm very like, oh, I'll do this and then I'll do that, and not saying I'd have been an alcoholic or anything, but I could have maybe got in them ways where I could have really got down and maybe got into things that would have brought me even downer, but I decided to go on a path and go on a path of like spirituality and sort of try and find myself and the reasons why, all that. I can't go into all that because that'd be another talk, but I just say try to educate yourself with different stuff. It doesn't matter what you believe in sometimes. That's the great thing about this is you can go off and look at different religions, different cultures. I watch a lot of documentaries about uplifting things and stuff on life and that, and it's just really interesting. When I was young, my mum wouldn't let me bring books on magic in the house. Really? And I know, I guess, like, and that's the other thing is, if you've been brought up with a certain religion or culture or whatever it is, you just sort of only know that because that's what you've been around. And I do remember before I go that I went to church with my nana, which I always say Church of England, whatever, I don't know, Protestants, whatever, I don't know. We went to church a couple of times, and I just remember, I went to church with my nana a couple of times, and I just remember thinking, this doesn't resonate with me. And not because I'm saying it's wrong, it just didn't resonate with me because like I said, I've always been around nature and stuff, so it just doesn't resonate with me. And I was always like, oh, I don't get it. But when I found this, I was like, I get it. I might not be able to explain myself properly, but I get it. But it doesn't mean that if anyone in here is Christian or whatever, that you're wrong. It's just that it just doesn't resonate with me. But if that resonates with you, then that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, as long as you're not hurting anyone, it doesn't matter. Your mum is Roman Catholic. That's what I mean. If you were brought up in maybe that sort of thing or whatever, that's all you're sort of probably known and brought up with. So when you get older and maybe you start thinking a few different things or it doesn't resonate with you, so you start looking at other things or trying to bring books in or whatever, and you're thinking, oh God, yeah, I really like this. Even the other way around, if maybe someone was brought up pagan or whatever and they're bringing like Christian stuff in and they're like, oh no, you can't have this book, they probably would be like that because they probably don't understand why you want to go and look at that. And I just think it's like if my kids have never been, even when I wasn't into this, I've never been christened because I'm not disrespecting anyone. I just don't believe in that like sort of like you can't get into heaven sort of thing if you've not been christened sort of thing. And because obviously I'm not into that, I'm not just going to do it because I know some of my friends have got the kids christened and I wouldn't exactly say they go to church all the time or they do this and that. They've also said, why are they christening them? Because that's what you do. And I think some people, I'm not saying please don't take offence to anyone on here, but some people might be like, oh, well, we just get christened because that's what you do and it's a bit of a party and you get presents. It's like, I don't believe in that, so I'm not going to do it because I don't believe in it. I think if there was a God of whatever you think, my sons aren't even. No, because I think if there's a God or whatever it is that you think, like the universe or whatever, if it was an energy and it loved everybody, all human race, all cultures, all religions, you'd be let into that space. Like God would be saying, you know, come into heaven or whatever it is, but mine would be like in the universe. He would love everyone and everyone would come. Even if I believe, even if you were like a really bad person, you've done something really bad, that energy would be allowed in. But there'd be some, in my eyes, there'd be some like sort of like that bad person energy would know what they've done wrong in the past and maybe they get sent back down again to relive their life. They won't know, but to learn and change and be a better person. If you sort of know what I mean, he would love everybody. The universe would love everybody because all it knows is love. So I'm really shit at explaining myself, but that's why. And that's not a reflection of it's wrong if you're Christian or whatever and you have christened your children. I just didn't want to do it. Because even my friends were like, oh, you're having a christening and you're having a christening. And I was like, no, because why? I don't believe in it, so I'm not going to do it. Why we here? Why we here? Yeah, why we're here. It is about love. People are waking up, basically. It's about nature and stuff and how we should be. It's about treating each other with love and stuff and the planet. And I could go on forever, but I'm going to go now because I've been on for about 3 hours and I must be boring people to death because I think they've all fell asleep. But I will come on tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be live because if it's live, I'll just talk for 10,000 years. I think I'll just do a normal recording about finding Mandy C and some others if anyone's interested. But if you didn't know before, we're here. Oh, Mandy's come back on. I think I've been on for 5,000 hours. But yeah, I might just record it tomorrow because I could talk for ages. But when I found Mandy and some others, and if you're interested, you can watch it. If you're not, what time will it be tomorrow? Saturday tomorrow, innit? Me too. Night, everyone. Night, Catherine. I might come on to say when I'm going to do it. If I can come live if you want me to, or I'll just record it, but I'm a pain in the ass when I come live because I just don't shut up. But yeah, anyone who is Christian on here, don't take any offence of what I've said because it's not. And, you know, obviously if you didn't know before what I'm into and you do now, you'll see that I am a nice person. I'm not horrible and you can still enjoy my chats. And I will be doing some witchy way ones again. And if you don't want to watch them, you don't have to. You can just watch the ones that you want to watch. But if you didn't know that. But yeah, I don't know, if I did a recording, I might, Finn normally goes for a nap about 11, so I might do it, well, I might record it at 11:15 and then put it up, or it might be later on in the evening, or I might record it and then come on later, I don't know. I'm just crap. I'm going to go because I'm probably boring the tits off everybody now. Night everyone, thanks for the ones who are watching and the ones who did watch and the ones that might watch after, but I don't know if I made any bloody sense because I'm just bloody don't make sense. Well, I will just check tomorrow. Yeah, just check. I'll put something up about coming on or whatever, letting you know. The Kilted Goth said night. Night. I'm such a chatterbox. I love talking, and obviously I'm on my own, so I like to have a talk. Night, Mandy, and I'll see you all tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. This was lovely. Night all. Night, Rosie Moon May from America. Where in America are you from? And I'll tell you what, just before I go, I'll send all blessings to America where all the hurricanes have happened and all it's just awful. Wishes and blessings over there because it is terrible. I don't watch the news a lot, but obviously I've heard about and seen snippets. It's just awful. It's awful. But lots of blessings over there. Where are you from in America? I don't know if she's gone or not. Right, see if I can say this. Nova Scotia. I can't say it. She's from Canada anyway. Lovely Canada. So, you know what? I never knew Niagara Falls was in Canada. I'm rubbish. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll let you know. I'll post up before I'm going to come on or whatever. But I better go because I'll see you soon. Bye.